Great to have your company at the Rumble on the River. The Roos are taking on the Pigeons in a special edition of Sunday O&M Live action. My name's Gus McLeod, Robbie McKinlay, Dan Vacara, and Bobby Jackson, boundary side for Elite Building and Construction. Bobby, you're in the heart of it down there at ground level. What's the surface like underfoot and what are the conditions like at boundary level?
Mate, magnificent conditions down here. No wind to speak of. The two captains are coming in, Joey Hansen, and it looks like
Willie. Oh, no, is it Harry today?
Harry Wheeler's doing the toss today, boys. So not a skerrick of breath. Beautiful sunshine here. No excuses at all today. So Stevie J's just walking past now, giving a thumbs up. He reckons you would have kicked a bag for today.
Yeah, I reckon that's the minimum from Stevie J. Looks like the toss has gone up here, Bobby, and it looks like Harry Wheeler's won it.
Yep, and they're kicking to the river end, boys. So Yarrawonga's going to kick down that end, and Corowa is going to be kicking to the town end, boys. So all set for a pretty good day. And hopefully we put on a good show.
Whose numbers are we keeping tabs on today, Dan, on the 40-wing stats sheet?
Thank you, Gussie. For Corowa, we're doing Jed Longmire, who's been in really good form this year. Joey Hansen as well. Corowa stalwart. He's averaging 19.5 disposals per game. Connor Leslie, the new man, Neville Jetta, in for his game. Really excited to see what he can do. And Darcy Hope, their big forward as well. And then over for Yarawonga, we're doing Dan Howe, the former Hawthorn and North Melbourne player. Harrison Wheeler, Michael Gibbons, Cam Wilson, and the celebrated Robbie, Bailey Fraunfelder as well.
Yep, indeed. No, Damien Wilson. Just how about you, Dan, just to give it a little bit extra homework today against his old club. We haven't really touched on that. I'd love to know what his stats are. Can you just keep an eye on that, please?
How about I do him as a 6, just for you?
Yeah, I'd love that. Throw him in. Yeah, you got the capability.
Come
for
on, you can do it.
What number is he?
4. Number 4. So, and that is an interesting little side facet there. I think Bobby. Damo Wilson, he played a lot of footy here at Corowa Rutherglen, hometown.
So did Cameron. And Mitch Parker has played all of his football at Corowa the last 2 years.
Look at that, Robbie. I've extended my sheet for you.
A little bit of spice, you think, boys?
Potentially.
Could be, and so there should be just a bit of that. So
we love a bit of that.
Nice work, Dan. So we're going to go to the 6 there.
A couple of late changes to repeat to our listeners and viewers on Optus O&M TV this afternoon. We've got a late change. Ryan Bruce not in the selected 22. The other big one is Kyle Tyson is not in the lineup today. He leaves a big hole in the back 6 for the Yarawonga Pigeons. They are the late 2 outs, as well as Willie Wheeler. Lockie Howe also not in the lineup today, so expect to see probably some of the likes of Cogill or Big Matty Holgate go through the rucks there. So a couple of gaps to fill for Yarawonga, but looking forward to seeing who gets the challenge, Big Mac.
Well, that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's a great opportunity for a few of these Yarrawonga guys coming into the team to press a claim. And look, we mentioned before, we sort of spoke about it a lot off air, but Jess Cooper there, we see him coming to the interchange bench now. I reckon that's just absolutely fantastic what he's been able to do. It's a great moment. Good on him. He's got the shades on, those special glasses, and yeah, well done, Jess. Buddy, everyone should be really proud of him. Good stuff.
It's an amazing story. Remarkable story, isn't it, Dan? So Yarawonga kicking to the river ends, and they'll be kicking to the right of your TV screen. The Roos to the left. Interesting to see where Corowa start Darcy Hope today, gents. He's a centre-half forward by trade, but he's sort of had his magnet thrown around a little bit to work his way into the game a little bit. Interested to see where he lines up. Obviously, they've got big Sam Dunstan. He'll probably go and play a bit of bear in the square, sort of a style of play, and he's a real barometer for the Roos. If he can kick a few goals, they'll be up and about. But interesting to see where Darcy Hope lines up today. Yeah, well, they can be pretty flexible with him. Wherever they think he's going to impact the most, Gus, particularly in this first quarter. It's so important. And Bobby, I know you're lucky you played a lot of cricket with your son, and I've played a lot of cricket with my son, but I've never played football with my son, Caden Judd Cushett. How good's that? That's fantastic, mate. It's really a special moment, and I'm sure the Cushett family are pretty proud, and especially on a Sunday standalone game in front of a massive crowd. Looks like Darcy Hope's starting deep, boys. Deep forward. Deep forward with
bear in the square.
With Sammy Dunstan.
Top stuff. Siren sounds. Here's the first term of the Rumble on the River for A-grade oils and batteries.
Yeah, up they go. Give it to Holgate with the tap. Longmire worked very hard. Coming through hard there for Yarawonga was Perry Lewis. Smith and umpires rushed in and said, we'll have it again. So we'll have a secondary ball up. It's just pushed a little bit towards the Murray River. Still dead smack bang in the middle of the ground. Chance here to pick good hands there was by Brady Morton. They get it forward now. At the back, Irvine was a bit nervous with the footy. Jesse Johnson tracks it for Rutherglen. Can't pick it up. There's a lot of pressure around the ball at the moment. And we will have another lockdown. Umpire's going to probably blow that whistle. He does now. So, Gussie, let's see if you can get a clearance. We've gone about 30, 40 seconds. No score. Cracking day here at John Ford.
Certainly is. Up in the ruck, that was Holgate. He brought it to ground level. Working hard is Jordan Ayres. Perry Lewis-Smith clearing kick up to the wing. Tom Forrest intercepts and kicks an ordinary ball inboard. Jason Marks got a fair bit of work to do. Coming through nicely there was Tanner Nyholm. Yarrawonga regained possession. Cam Wilson flattened there by his former teammate. Nathan Dunstan by hand to Brady Morton over the top. They now have Nick Wright in a bit of space through the Roos, and they kick up the centre half forward. Chopped out nicely here by Logan Morey. Not many kicks are hitting the target here, boys. They're sort of bumping and going with some underground grubbers. The ball's yet to really hit leather onto boot nicely, Big Mac, and we'll just slow things down. We'll have a restart. Just favouring true centre for the Roos.
Yeah, Brady Morton giving Cam Wilson a bit of a welcome back to John Ford Oval there. A very nice, legal, sit on the backside type of operation it was. Here's Jed Longmire. Classy, clever, decided to kick. Chance here for Dunstan. He can't mark. He brings the ball out in front of him. They've got some numbers around the ball, the Roos. Good tackling there by Darcy Hope. And again, we're going to have another ball up. It's red hot. It sits 30 out from the Rutherglen goal. It's 0-0. 2 minutes gone. First quarter action for A-grade oils and batteries.
We've got a ball up in a stoppage, 20 metres from Corowa goal. Darcy Hope went up in the ruck, gathered the football, shovels it back to Wright. He threw it on the boot, but his kick was smothered. Wright, this is Nick, the former Cole Can captain, got some work to do. Harry Wheeler wrapped up in a big tackle. Fraunfelder came through and some pretty loud set of wheels he's got on today. Really congested deep in the forward pocket. Clearing kick from Irvine, and it looks like it's been marked by Jordan Ayres, who's 55 from home. He's a fair kick of the footy, this young fella, but it might just test him, Bobby. You going to back him in for distance here, or will he centre the ball?
I think he'll go top of the square here.
He's going to kick into the forward pocket. Nice looking kick. Darcy Hope didn't quite have the front spot. Got a fair bit of the footy, but Bailey Fraunfelder intercepts. Now they come out via Irvine.
Yeah, Whooper Irvine kicks across the ground, finds Ned Pendergast, and he'll have Ryan Einspawn, half back. He runs, clubroom side of the ground, drives a long 50-metre penetrating kick. Lee Williams flies high. Ball goes over the back. Big chance here for Matt Casey. Good tackle, Tommy Forrest. Halted him, stopped him in his tracks. Chance here for the Roos. Working hard there was Ayres. Williams intercepts to Yarawonga. Longmire over the ball. Goodness me, there's a lot of pressure there. Longmire's handball's good. Judd Cushett's there, and he's just bumped over the boundary line. It'll be a boundary throw in. Bobby Jackson on boundary side for Elite Building and Construction.
Cora very well set up behind the ball. Yarra finding it very hard to get through at the moment.
Dunstan in the ruck. Give that one to Holgate, go for the Pigeons. Bertram got some work to do. Cam Wilson, he was dispossessed by Connor Leslie. Regathered the football now to Yarawonga. They're going to attack through the corridor. Here's Logan Morey. Bailey Fraunfelder's got a paddock of a space if he gets a nice bounce. Now it sits for Basil. 45 from home. Bailey Fraunfelder. There's your first goal on the Rumble on the River. It's a Sunjan goal that to Bailey Fraunfelder. Allowed way too much space off the half-back flank. Dan Vaccaro, that's a dream start for the Pigeons.
Yeah, perfect start for Bailey Fraunfelder. He's just such a class player coming off that half-back line and able to put the boot through it there, and obviously celebrates like he does every single goal he kicks. But a really good start for Corowa. He's had 2 inside 50s already, and Jed Longmire getting his hands on it early in the disposals as well on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Yeah, great anticipation from Bailey Fraunfelder there. He summed up the situation. He knew if the ball came back through the middle, which Yarrawonga liked to do, they were off to the races, and that's exactly what happened. Holgate tapped it. Perry Lewis-Smith, well-weighted handball towards Logan Morey. And good intercept work there with Rutherglen, and they'll force down a ball up. Slightly into attack for the Pigeons. They've got the early goal. We're almost gone 5 minutes here for A-grade oils and batteries. Now they're going to see the ball through Ayres. He's been prominent early, Jordan Ayres. Kicks it to half forward. Whooper Irvine's there. Kick off the ground was clever by Mason Moyle. Inside forward 50. Darcy Hope tracks. Knocks his player off the ball. Can he spin out of the tackle? Great handball. Got it back to Mason Moyle. Open goal. Yes, sir. Roos have got their first. Scores a level. 5 minutes gone here at John Ford Oval. 6 apiece. Bobby Jackson, boundary side for Elite Building and Construction.
Great connection from back to forward there by the Corowa boys, moving the ball nice and clean, linking up well, and moving the ball forward with a kick off the ground, further down the ground, and enabled opportunities further down the ground. Darcy Hope, live wire down forward at the moment, boys, in everything.
Really like Darcy Hope's game. He's had 2 disposals already, but looks to be very much a live wire, as Bobby Jackson said. 3 inside 50s for Corowa Rutherglen in the opening few minutes as well. So really positive start for Corowa. They're looking really good on the 40-wing stat sheet.
And it looks as Darcy Hope's the deepest forward in the goal square. Normally that's Sam Dunstan. Sam's playing about 30 metres from the goal line. So it's a new look Roos forward
Good setup.
50.
I like the look of it.
I like the look of it as well. Bit of a confusion here, Bobby. What's happened at the centre? Have they used the wrong circle, the midfielders?
It seems as though there's a couple of circles out there.
They rotate them, lads. I think you'll find. They tend to rotate it.
Well, they're all standing at the wrong circle. Now they've found the right one. Scores a level on the rumble on the river. Give the tap there to Holgate. The Roos have numbers front and centre. Well done there. It was Scott Jansen. Brought the ball in towards a bit of contest. Bailey Fraunfelder applies a big crunching tackle and will ball the football up. Jesse Johnston wrapped up there, so just forward a true centre, favouring the Roos. Well done by Dunstan. He won the tap, but it was rode by Bailey Fraunfelder. Kicks to centre half forward. Neville Jetta got the front spot there on Robinson. Fed the ball on to Ayres. Low chiselling kick. This is good play from the Roos. Brady Morton kicks inside 50. Darcy Hope on the lead. Couldn't quite bring it to ground. Made a good contest. Leslie got the handball back to Jesse Johnston. Neville Jetta's in a bit of space. Goes to Don't Argue. Had no support. Hope comes through like the Southern Aurora. Got to get the football out. Now the Cattle arrive and will ball the footy up 50 metres out from Corowa's goal. We've played 7 minutes thanks to NZ Albury. And the Roos have a bit of pep in their step, Big Mac.
Yeah, Darcy Hope just couldn't quite hold on to that one. It was a beautiful pass. Well, about 60 out from their goal now. Buzzling around. Kick off the ground by Yarawonga. Finds Mickey Gibbons. Back to the chance there was Perry Lewis-Smith. Kicks a good one. Finds Lee Williams. It's like he's just come out of the Gold Coast, Lee Williams. That blonde hair, well-tanned sort of operator. Beautifully
Great
weighted kick. And he finds Wilson, and that's Damien Wilson. Forward pocket in the shade. Short kick. Didn't have much on it. Robinson, hurried handball, back to Damien Wilson, pivoted, handball back to Gibbons. Gibbons top of the goal square. Williams at the back should get this. Couldn't quite hang on to it. Snap over the shoulder was smothered. Brilliant work at half back there by the Roos. Gee, they did well. It was Bailey Panag involved, and now it's Fraunfelder. Intercepts, kicks inside forward 50. Casey Marks. 35 out, tight angle. It's 6-all. Bobby, just great pressure there from the Pigeons.
It was just a poor exit disposal by the Corowa boys, and it enabled Fraunfelder to grab the ball, get a bit of time and swing onto his left, and he's laced out Casey just in front of the goal, just in front of the scoreboard. No wind to speak of, so front and centre here, right?
They are very deep pockets here, Big Mac, so it's a pretty tough one for Big Mac and Casey to slot. Yep. The angle probably looks a bit tougher than what it is.
Journey will be okay. Distance is a concern, so the journey is there. Oh, gee, that's accurate. Have a look at that. Straight over the goal umpire's hat. And Matt Casey gets his first. Yarawonga regain the lead. 2 straight 12 lead. Rutherglen 1 straight 6. And that is 9 minutes gone on the NZ Albury time clock. And that's on the game traffic scoreboard. Dan Vaccaro, how are those inside 50 counts looking for 40 winks?
Yeah, 3 inside 50s for Yarawonga and 4 for Corowa. So Corowa's still leading the way on that front, but you just saw that man hit up Matt Casey, Bailey Fraunfelder. He's starting to have his DNA on this contest. He's up to 4 disposals already, and he's playing a fantastic quarter of football.
So we're back in the centre at the 9-minute mark here, thanks to NZ Albury. Looks like Gibbons has gone inside for the first time this afternoon. And Jed Longmire is matching up on Cam Wilson. Up against his former side today for the first time. Back in the middle, Gibbons right on cue. Feeds the ball out towards the back of the pack in Howe. He goes for a kick off the ground. Neville Jetta was there, got a handball away. Umpires paid a free kick for holding the ball here.
Incorrect disposal, Gus.
So it's going to go the way of Damo Wilson. Against his former side for the first time, they go to Williams. Well done by Ryan Ayres. Got a big fist. Brady Morton has some work to do in D50. Gave it up inside 50 to Casey. And his kick towards the goal square was chopped out nicely. Joe Hansen, the captain, whistle. Downfield free kick. Did you catch that one, Bobby?
It's behind the play. Mitch Parker has copped one a little high behind the play.
Looks like from Longmire.
Yeah, Longmire about 49 metres out, boys.
So it's going to be a direct turnover. Parker is going to give the ball to Gibbons. Too far to score. Lowers the eyes to Casey on the half volley. Or did he get it cleanly? Umpire said it was a clean catch on the full. and caught napping the Corowa back 6.
Robbie would have claimed that in the slips.
Oh, yes, and it was paid too by the umpire. Great position.
Really good work here by Yarawonga. 3 marks inside 50 for their 5 entries as well. So they've been very clinical when going forward.
You would have challenged it.
I wouldn't have walked.
No, you would not.
I would have let it go through my legs and told the keeper to chase it. Matt Casey, 35-metre kick, 45-degree angle. His goal-kicking boots were on about 3 minutes ago. And this time, he sprays it to the right-hand side for a minor score. The Pigeons, they moved to 2-1-13. The Roos are 1 straight 6. We're doing it thanks to game, traffic, contracting and management.
How good's that? A couple of Rutherglen's 2s players after they just walking past, a can in one hand, a bucket of chips in the other. They've had a good day's work. Good on them. That's what she's all about. Dad, you look jealous, didn't you?
I did look jealous. Those chips look good, Robbie.
I thought the can looked right too.
Only salad rolls for us athletes in the box.
That's right, Angus. Anyway, it'll be brought back into play, and looks like it'll be Joey Hansen as the custodian.
The skipper.
We'll bring it back in. He does. It's a beautifully weighted kick too, but Logan Morey soared between a couple of Roos, took the mark, sees a lead from Damien Wilson, goes over his head. Bertram overran it. Good work. Neville Jetta off half back, punts it long and hard, and he's got a favourable bounce, but Fronfelder keeps it in. A little chipping kick inside was clever. Back to Mickey Gibbons. He's in the aqua boots today, and it's a good pass and finds Harry Wheeler.
Wheeler, he's on the edge of the centre square. 85 from home. It's a big deck here at the John Ford Oval. Wheeler kicks inside 50. Hit Longmire, the man on the mark. Johnston wrapped up in a big tackle. Did he try and take him on? Umpire said no, we'll ball it up. 40 winks down Vaccaro.
Yeah, really just starting to win the territory battle here, Yarawonga. They're up to 6 inside 50s to Corowa's 4. Haven't got it in their 50 for about 5 minutes, Corowa. So Yarawonga dominating the contest at the moment.
12 minutes gone for NZ. Forrest has gone into the ruck for the Roos. Leslie, little toe poke up towards the wing. Mason Moyle goes laterally and then goes backwards to find a teammate in Morton. He gets on the end of this one once again. Now Nick Wright in towards a bit of space. Wright kicks inside forward 50. Not the entry. Pendergast in the hole. Pendergast in the hole, and the forwards of the Roos just say, boys, that's not the sort of kick we need. We need it to come at us, not on top of our head. Now the Pigeons have the ball across the D50 half back line, and they're going to bring the ball inboard. It's a nice looking kick to Wheeler.
Yeah, Robertson, beautifully weighted kick. Wheeler finds now Damien Wilson trying to play for a little bit of a 50. Umpire won't have anything of it. Wilson decides to go long. Casey's taken up great position. Well done, Kate Cushett. Brought the ball to ground. Bertram was good. Hurried left foot kick. Hansen through traffic. Excellent. Kick's going to be good. It is. Finds Penag. Half back for Rutherglen. Yarawonga lead 13-6. He goes laterally and he finds Neville Jetta, who'll chip it short. It's a nice kick. Finds Connor Leslie between half back and centre wing. Bobby Jackson can feel the sniffer to Sharon. He's down boundary side. He's nice and toey. Told to play on now as Leslie. Kicks it to centre wing. Mason Moyle does well. Brought it down. Might have got a free kick. Jordan's Ayres handball was okay. Coming through hard was Nyholm. And Ayres accidentally got a bit of a kick in the head too. He'll take the free kick, Nyholm.
Whooper Irvine went with a handball. Well done, Tom Young. Got a smother on that one. They feed the ball backwards. Neville Jetta works up off his man and kicks the ball to half forward. Hopes out in a bit of space. He marks. He's got Dunstan waiting for a lead. Wants the tick lead to come. Now he puts the ball to a one-on-one with Dunstan. Got pushed under it. And Pendergast, too strong, just pushed him away from the contest. We'll go boundary side to Bobby Jackson for Elite Building and Construction.
Just lacking that last kick in the forward 50 core at the moment. They're doing the 1% well. The pressure around the ball carry is excellent, but they're just a kick inside 50, just letting them down at this present time.
Cogill, who's sitting behind the footy, did a bit of a toe poke there, not his best kick. Pinballs around on the outer side. Now comes the way of Harry Wheeler. He goes by hand inboard to Wilson. This is Cam back to Wheeler. Wheeler gains 50 metres, kicks inside 50. Gibbons went the one-hander. Mac Lavis, the youngster from Geelong, bit of work to do. Big crunching tackle applied by Lee Williams. Bit of a mismatch there up against his direct opponent in Joey Hansen. Hope Joey doesn't have the matchup with him all day. It'll be a tough day for Big Joe otherwise.
Started well.
We'll ball the footy up into attack for Yarawonga and they lead by 7.
They do indeed. 15 minutes gone on the NZ time clock. And it goes to half forward now. Yarrawonga will turn it over again. Frontfelder with space. Piercing kick. Had a little bit too much on it. And Cade Cushett, the veteran, marks at true centre half back. Short kick. He finds Joey Hansen. A couple of real stalwarts of the club. And Joey Hansen, 15 minutes tick over. He goes laterally, goes wide. It just catches Jordan Ayres. in the nick of time. He's right underneath the electronic scoreboard here, Ayres. River side of the ground. Gibbons did well. Didn't impede into his opposition player. Didn't give away the free kick. Now there's a chance. Gibbons will still be in the play here. Tight in the pocket, front of the scoreboard. Has time to weigh up. Intercept there by Burton was good. Picked up by Perry Lewis-Smith and runs into an open goal. He's got his first. Yarawonga get their third. 3-1-19 lead Rutherglen. 1 straight 6. 16 minutes gone in the first quarter for A-grade oils and batteries.
Yeah, really starting to assert themselves in the contest now, Yarawonga. Up to the 10 inside 50s, and Harry Wheeler's been the front runner of that. 6 disposals already in this first quarter, along with Michael Gibbons, who's starting to get really busy, 5 disposals as well, and Bailey Fraunfelder has had the 6 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet. Real competitive period for Corowa. Connor Leslie's been good with 5 disposals, Joe Hansen 4 disposals, and Neville Jetta has had the 4 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet as well.
Bit of feedback coming from the respective coaches' boxes. Bobby, what are you hearing down there at ground level?
A lot of yelling, that's for sure. I think Stevie J's happy with some structures that the boys are trying to implement today. So, yeah,
It's
a bit cranky.
Bit of foot stomping. We can feel the vibrations through the box too.
Get a bit nervous.
You're the closest side to that wall
I'll
too,
tell you what,
Gus.
boxes have been punched through at times. Dunstan won the tap, then had to regather his own foot. He got wrapped up in a big tackle. Umpire should call for a restart. So 16 and a half minutes gone here for NZ Albury. Hope you're enjoying the rumble in the river, the Roos and the Pigeons.
The rumble in the rooms.
The rumble in the rooms as well. Give that one to Cogill. He was in the ruck. In fact, it was Big Holgate. Brought the ball to ground level. Forrest got some work to do, the young fella. Just kicks a bit of a pirouette high up and under. Bertram flew high and marked courageously.
Yeah,
to Mawson's concrete marker that 8.
It didn't go 15 metres in length, but it certainly went double that in height.
Certainly went up in the air pretty high. Low worm burner kick. Works out nicely. Christian Mason-Moyle. Inside 50. The kick goes towards Dunstan. Not looking after the big fella early days with delivery. Great tackle from Dunstan. Made a big contest. On hands and knees. That's Jesse Johnson. He made a contest. And this is what Corowa is slowly just starting to learn how to do. When they get the ball down the line, if they don't get it cleanly, Robbie, they're trying to make a stoppage and a restart and give their time for midfielders to set up behind the play.
I like the look of Christian Mason-Moyle. He's really worked into this game nicely today. Quick kick there is smothered by the Yarawonga, and it'll be another ball up just outside forward 50. Rutherglen attacking the town end, or the old bowling club end.
The new bowling club,
Or the new bowling club. Nathan Dunstan, big fist. Basil Fraunfelder. Handball was intercepted. He got it back again. And he gave it back to Perry Lewis-Smith. He was looking for the 1-2-3. Basil, Holgate kicks it. Harry Wheeler has room. Just needs to gather. Look away. Handball was outstanding to Nyholm. Inside to Robinson. Back to Harry Wheeler. Kick smothered. Chance here for the Roos. They can gather. Under pressure though. Ayres was involved. There'll be a free kick. It got him high. The free kick's going to go away to Rutherglen. Smack bang in the middle of the ground, Gus. 18 minutes gone. Yarrawonga lead 19-6.
Mac Lavers sharing in hand. Not many options forward, but plenty of options behind the ball. Mac's going to kick long, trying to find Darcy Hope. Worked himself under the footy, and so did his opponent. Hope had to be clean. He fumbled at the crucial moment. Harry Wheeler got some work to do. Low underground kick was okay. Nyholm shoved it back to Wheeler. Kick in board. Courage from Cam Wilson. Umpire probably paid the mark a little bit prematurely there. He fumbled at the last moment. Now Dan Howard, centre half back. Kicks to a one-on-one contest. Jed Longmire. Good mark out in front of his direct opponent.
Comes straight off the bench there, boys.
And that's probably what Dan Howard didn't see through the vision. He goes with a low chiseler. This is Bailey Pernag. True centre wing, club room sign for the Roos. Almost into time on. He goes inboard. The runner almost got a falcon. Scott Jansen in the centre circle for the Roos. They're playing a real wave brand of football here at the Pigeons, and it's tough to penetrate. Youngs is the target who Jansen goes towards. Just fumbled with a bit of pressure. He kicks long down the line, but his kick was out of bounds on the full. And it'll be a free kick to Whooper Irvine across half back here. On the game traffic and contracting scoreboard, the Roos are 1 straight 6. Yarawonga are 3-1-19. We've almost hit the 20-minute mark for NZ.
Dan, you got a 40-wing stats for me?
Yeah, Harry Wheeler, guys, he's up to the 10 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet. So
what about
got
Basil?
leather poisoning at the moment, and Basil Fraunfelder's up to 8.
There you go. Logan Morey with it, centre wing, kicks it to half forward. From behind, Ayres, discipline. Fisher, Einspawn read it superbly. Inside handball was good here for Ben Cogill. He'll shoot from 35, and he sprayed it. And he didn't even make the journey. It's going to go out of bounds. So
A little bit honest feedback there for for young Coggle. Should have drew the Corowa defender and handballed it over to Harry Wheeler, who would have ran into an open goal, boys. So a little bit of honest feedback there from the box.
Just keep an eye on the Yarrawonga bench there too. What player just come off a shoulder injury? Bobby didn't quite catch who it was.
We'll get Bobby to watch that one. Doing a cracking job on debut for Elite Building and Construction. Dunstan took it out of the ruck, handballed it back to Joe Hansen, who threw it on the boot. Might be out of bounds on the full. It is, so it's going to be a free kick to Robinson here for Yarawonga.
I think Matt Casey looks like, lads.
Yeah, Matt Casey in that last contest, boys.
Inside 50, Ayres and Williams. Well done, Geordie Ayres. Made a contest. Longmire got the ball in board. Jesse Johnson kicks long down the line to a 2-on-2. Darcy Hope, Mawson's concrete marker today at true centre wing. They've got to keep moving the ball in a wave here, the Roos, because Yarawonga, they look really, really fit and hard to penetrate. Dunstan, he's the recipient. Worked his way up the ground to get himself into the contest. He marks just forward a true centre wing. Darcy Hope wants to be on the receiving end of this once again. Dunstan, it's a low kick inside 50 to Morton. Thought he got a fair piece. That umpire said no. Yarrawonga have numbers at centre half back. It's Perry Lewis-Smith. The overrunning handball is on. This is Wheeler. Harry with no Willie in the side today. He comes out wide to the broadcast wing. And Cogill, he marks with a chip kick over the top to Einspawn.
Pops to David Einspawn. How many possessions now for Harry Wheeler for 40
Harry Wheeler's had 11 disposals.
11. Einspawn, good little kick too. Make that 12 possessions for Harry Wheeler. Here's Jess Koopman. How good is this? This man back on the footy field. Gathers, kicks down the line towards Mickey Gibbons. Can't quite keep it in. Boundary line's close. They defend very well there, the Roos. Outstanding. Jason Marks, kick's going to be good. It is, and it finds the big fella there. Big Nathan Dunstan. He's got his calf is strapped as much as I've seen yours at times, Bobby Jackson. And what do you got for me down there, Bobby? Boundary side?
Matty Casey, I think he's just got a stinger. He's just lining back up in the queue to get back on the ground, mate. So just keep an eye on him. He just might have copped a bit of a stinger.
Well, that's good news as Ryan Ayres kicks nicely to Jansen.
Jansen across half back. It's really good methodical play here for the Roos. They work themselves through the maze of Yarrawonga defenders. Pernag inboard. Kick's got to be good to Morton. It was a good strong jukes from Brady. Looks to be playing a bit more of a midfield role today. Kicks in the Dunstan direction. Better delivery to Big Sam, and he marks 50 from home. He's going to kick in towards the pocket. Hopes the target. Doesn't quite get there to Darcy Hope. He keeps the ball alive, as a matter of fact, and he's taken across the boundary. We've seen Sam Dunstan have shots from that sort of range at other venues, but it might have just tested him for distance, I should say, Big Mac.
I was hoping for the torp, Gussie.
Oh, so was I. Boundary throwing deep into attack.
Yeah, good opportunity here for the Roos. They trail up by 13. Punch over the top. They got numbers at the fall of the ball here. Wilson working hard. Cameron kicks it to half back, and it stays in, and it just dribbles out. And there's a Connor Leslie there appealing for a deliberate out of bounds. Well, Connor, we don't pay that. Not normally. We
have seen a couple of weeks gone by, Dan.
Yeah, we have, and 9 inside 50s now for Corowa. So been really competitive. Their last kick inside 50 has been letting them down all quarter, which is unfortunate. They've got to fix it.
That's a big, high, long throw in. Fantastic stuff from the boundary umpire out there. Good little operator. Free kick, whistle,
Robin.
go the way of Yarrawonga, Gus. Half back. We've gone 23 and a half minutes for A-grade oils and batteries, and Yarrawonga lead 3-1, 19-6.
Holgate put Lewis Smith under a fair bit of pressure. He comes out to Einspawn. Well held there by Bailey Pernag. Now Cam Wilson got Judd Cushitt hot on his heels. So Wilson calls the play on true centre wing broadcast side. He finds Robinson. Well done by Neville Jetta. Impacted the contest. Fed the ball to his Collingwood teammate in Longmire. Through the corridor. Nick Wright marks true centre. Goes by hand. Leslie's got to be quick. Not quick enough. Bit of a hospital hand pass there from the Roos. They sold themselves up the river. Forrest at the back of the pack. Handballs over the top. They've regained possession, the Roos. 1-2 with Geordie Ayres. Forrest kicks down the line. Morton. Now he looks like he's playing forward. He's everywhere today, Brady. He goes backwards to Jesse Johnston. Back now to Jordan Ayres. Throws it on the boot, not the kick. Turned over at centre half back. The ball's in the hands of Cam Wilson.
Just like a little bit of polish here, boys. The Corowa fellas going forward. They tidied that up. They're in with a bit of chance to finish off some really good work here.
Here's a chance. Robinson to Lewis Smith. There's a siren. And as the ball trickles into half forward for Yarrawonga. Good, entertaining quarter of footy. Very competitive, Rutherglen. Yarrawonga, just as Bobby said, a bit more class, Gus. They lead 3-1, to 1 straight 6.
After a 25-minute first term, it's a 13-point lead to Yarrawonga. The Roos look gallant. Yarrawonga got to tidy up a few things on the other side of the break. Quarter time in the Rumble on the River, thanks to A-grade oils and batteries. Stick around, plenty more to come on the other side of the break. Bobby Jackson's boundary side, Dan Vaccaro's on the 40-wing stats. The Big Mac, the original, Robbie McKinley and myself calling the play with you on O&M Live, where you won't miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community. .0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury-Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
I'll tell you what, a Jayco Albury-Wodonga Caravan look very good across the road here at the Ballpark Caravan Park, or nestled across the beautiful Murray River like we are broadcasting from this afternoon. The rumble on the river, Rutherglen taking on Yarawonga Pigeons. The Pigeons lead 3-1-19 to the Roos 1 straight 6 at quarter time. Dan Vaccaro, you were keeping eyes on the quarter's best players. Thanks to our good friends at Cavalier Homes, Dale Paddle and the crew. Who was the best players for the respective sides in the quarter's best?
Yeah, thanks, Gus. He was a really entertaining first quarter, but for Yarawonga, it's none other than Harry Wheeler. He had 12 disposals. He was just an absolute Rolls Royce in that midfield for Yarawonga, and also Bailey Fraunfelder as well was fantastic. He had 9 disposals off the halfback and kicked a goal as well. And for Corowa, it was young Brady Morton, who was fantastic that quarter. I thought, I'm not taking his numbers, unfortunately, but he was probably their best player. And Darcy Hope as well looked really lively up forward. I'd love to see them get the footy in the hands of Joe Hansen and Neville Jetta a little bit more off half-back. Really good users of the footy this quarter.
How many stats for Neville Jetta across
Neville
half-back?
Jetta's had the 5 disposals. I'd like to see that lift. If they can utilise his ball movement next quarter, they're in with a real shot here, Corowa.
We'll cross boundary side shortly. We got him now, Bob Jackson for Elite Building and Construction. You were in the Corowa huddle at quarter time. What was the message from Steve Owen and co?
Yeah, Steve was pretty happy with the process that the boys have put in place. Just worry about the execution coming out of D50 into forward 50. The way they're moving the ball down the ground, he's pretty happy with. He wants to encourage the boys to own the corridor a little bit more and take that risk indoors, inbound, and continue to back yourselves through there. And he was pretty happy with the way they went about it. Just as we said throughout the commentary, just need to tidy things up coming out of D50 and going into that's the siren, into forward 50. So he still thinks that they stick to their processes and just tidy up their disposal, like we said during the commentary. Then they're back in the game.
And Yarawonga stayed in their huddle quite late, Bobby. They're only just breaking now, so I'd imagine Stevie J would have been pretty fired up, like we heard throughout patches of that first term. It was a really long and directive huddle. Without you knowing too much about what was being said, it certainly looked like it was a pretty intense one.
Spent a lot of time in their groups, boys. So the group coaches were spending a lot of time just trying to iron out a few things. I think they just got a bit flustered a little bit there, and once things settle down a bit, they'll be okay. But they spent a lot of time in their lines.
I really love that message from Steve Owen at quarter time. Take the game on, go through the midfield. That is exactly what you want from a young developing team, Gus.
It certainly is. So into the second term we go, thanks to JK Albury-Wodonga. A few spectators just slowly trickling off the ground. Not a massive
Look at old
rush.
mate in the pocket here. He's taking a
He
whole
couldn't
year
give a stuff,
He
could he?
couldn't get off.
He's got a race to listen to, and he's got his pie, and he's happy as Larry.
Yeah, well, there's a few other people here that... Well, the umpire says stuff you. We're starting the game now. Here we go for JK Albury-Wodonga, the second term in the rumble on the river.
Oh, indeed we do. Gibbons met hard and firmly and fairly, and he came back and he applied a tackle. And we're going to have a ball up. So it's starting very similar the way it did. Brady Morton there, very strong at the contest.
Looks like Neville Jetta's worked his way up to the back of the stoppage here, boys.
Yeah, I like the look of that. Gibbons again, pirouetted. Lewis Smith gathered, handball, put a teammate under a lot of pressure, which was Harry Wheeler. And he's been tackled. Play on, good work there by Longmire. Got inside traffic, kicked it long. Chance here out the back, Sammy Dunstan, if he can go his way. It just went the opposite side. Coming through, good work there by Ironspawn. Over the top to cousin Jeff Montgomery. Kicks it there, Basil, clean bowled him. Chance here for Nyholm. He's hard and tough at it. Ironspawn was good, left foot kick though. It's going to be turned over.
Nick Wright marks the footy for the Roos. Wants the kick inside 50. Judd Cush at the target in the front of the contest. Was Logan Morey. Corowa forwards not overly wrapped with that delivery inside 50. They sort of wanted a bit deeper. You could see Hope and Dunstan just screaming. Kick it in, boys. Across half back. Here's Ironspawn. Going to have to retreat and give up a little bit of grass, but the kick looks okay. He goes out wide to our man, the head. Ned Pendergast, who kicks long down the line. Damien Wilson, did he mark in the paint?
He did.
I reckon he did. It's a long way away.
You've watered that down a bit, Gussie.
Yeah, well, Nana might be tuning in this afternoon, and good afternoon to you. Across half back, well done by the Roos. Lavis maintained possession, and the umpire calls for the footy. He's actually played holding the ball.
Holding the ball, boys.
So inside 50 goes Nyholm. Nice looking kick to Cam Wilson. And Cam's going to have a set shot. I'm going to say 35 metres out on a pretty tight angle there, Bobby Jackson, for Elite Building Construction.
Deep in the pocket. I don't think he's
Fraunfelder.
confident.
Oh, no.
Well, he goes short in board, and it clean bowled a Roos player to allow Wheeler to snap on goal, and he's missed everything. Out of bounds on the full. So, Bobby, it is a pretty deep pocket out there, hence why Cam Wilson might have looked to come in board.
Yeah, the corridor seems to be opening up for both sides here early doors in this second quarter. So it'll be interesting to see how the fatigue of both players deep into this half goes. It's quite warm out here, boys.
So Neville Jetta will bring the ball back in at the town end. The score remains the same as quarter time. 19 Yarawonga, 6 Rutherglen. High, long kick towards the old canteen, and Lee Williams read it beautifully for Yarawonga. He marks between centre wing and half back, kicks it inside forward 50. Good grab. Matty Casey, it looks like, who came off with a... No, it's not. It's Dan Howe. And Dan Howe, gee, he'd be a chance from here. He'll kick it from about 51. Look at Frontfelder running on his left. Handballs to Frontfelder. Loads up from 55. Kicks to the top of the goal square. Good work by Tommy Forrest. Brought the ball to ground. Now's a chance for Rutherglen. They pirouette nicely. Mac Lavis was good. Just a little bit of the 1-2. Jansen got involved. Out the back to Longmire. Longmire kicks it to centre wing. Nick Wright with courage ran at it. Good work there. Well done, Darcy Hope. Spun around. Set up a high kick for Dunstan. Bounces critical here. Wright comes in to help out. Pendergast did well. Stayed over the footy. Stuck with the footy. Somehow got it out to Basil Frontfelder. Had one bounce. Kicks laterally. No, he does. And finds Perry Lewis-Smith. Well done, Ned Pendergast. Take a bow.
Darcy Hope need to be better than that, boys. He had 2 to pick from, and he's missed both of them.
So Bobby Jackson for Elite Building Construction calling the play boundary side. The Pigeons into half forward. Wilson goes inboard. The 2 AFL players, Gibbons and Jetta. What a great duel. Give that one to Jetta. He's got to get around Michael now. He's held without the football. Umpire let it go. The 2 AFL boys going head-to-head. Michael Gibbons and Neville Jetta. That's a battle for the ages. I reckon Neville would probably deserved a free kick there, Big Mac.
Bit stiff, probably. He played it a treat, you know. Gibbo did it well too, but he actually released with a handball and he got it out. But yeah,
how good's the match?
Great contest. It was a good call, mate. All right, here we go. Ball up. And now we do get a free kick. And this time it's going to go the way of Yarawonga.
The ruck raffle, boys. The ruck raffle. I'm not sure where that came from.
The ruck raffle. I like that one.
Tollgate.
Brings it in, drives it long too, got good depth at the back here. Williams now works his way to the front. There's a pack of players just went crashing down on the goal square there, and the last man to get up looks like is it Matt Casey? It is indeed. It'll be a boundary throw in. Gussie, 20 metres around from the Yarrawonga goal. It's still 19-6, 4.5 minutes gone. Second quarter action for Jaco Albury-Wodonga.
Boundary throwing. Dunstan took it out of the ruck. He's going to throw it on the boot. Irvine front spot. Judd Cushett got there late. Yarrawonga have numbers. Now with cousin Jeffy. Jeff Montgomery smothered off the boot. A big shout out to Scott who will be tuning in today. The Cuz playing a pretty good game. Ball the footy up. Harry Wheeler at the bottom of the pack. His numbers thanks to 40 Winks.
Harry Wheeler's had the 13 disposals, Gus.
Looks to be sort of just working his way into the game as the game goes on, getting more and more of it. Back of the pack was Morton, so was Dan Howe. He was wrapped up in a Longmire tackle and will have another stoppage. 5 minutes gone thanks to NZ Albury. Scoreboard yet to change from the first break. It reads 19-6. Yarawonga over the Roos.
Ball up, kick smothered. Cohill on Holgate working there. Morey dispossessed. Quick kick by Brady Morton. Inside forward 50. No, good mark. Urquhart took a beauty. A true centre half back. A Mawson's concrete mark of the day. Oh, Basil dropped one. A watermelon would have drowned you, Basil. Whooper Irvine was there to help out. And the head, Pendergast, he was there as well. Kicks a bit awkward. Wilson got a half volley. Bobby Jackson would have put it to the fence. Wilson gets the ball up. And that's exactly what it's going to be. What do you got for me, Bobby?
I think there's a bit of frustration in the Yarra boys camp at the moment. They're just not getting things their own way at the moment, which is a credit to Corowa.
Dunstan, he won the tap. Brady Morton threw it on the boot. Inside 50. Pendergast and Dunstan worked the ball probably under the contest for Pendergast to impact. Wheeler across half back. Well done, Leslie and Fraunfeld. A good one-on-one battle. Cushett provides some support. That was Judd. Now Tom Young. Head over the footy for the Roos. They try and feed the ball out, and the umpire's paid a high free kick. It's going to go the way of Corowa, and I reckon it's Tom Young.
Yeah, just a bit reckless there by Whooper. Just coming a little bit too hard and fast.
Young Tom a chance?
Probably not from here.
What about Tom Young?
No, maybe not either. Tommy Young, of course, he's come to the football club, followed Ben Tellerico from the Rovers.
You like that one, Dan, did you?
Oh, I didn't mind it, Robbie.
Thank you very much.
Young, kick to the top of the goal square. Dunstan! Umpire said it went out of bounds for a boundary throw-in.
Have a look at the wheels on the little boundary umpire there, boys. That's
He's got a set of blue numbers on. Sam Dunstan looks to be in a bit of pain here, boys.
He was getting that ankle strap pre-game, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's actually down behind the back of the play here. Well, watch this one. He doesn't look to be in a good way. He's yet to get up. He's calling for the medical staff here, Sam Dunstan. This is not good for the Roos.
He's showing a bit of concern here, Gussie. I think they might have to.
Come this way. They might have to get the medical staff. I reckon just from watching that contest, boys, he might have kicked the behind post as he went up in the pack there.
I think because he's over the boundary line, Gus, they're not going to stop play because he's just over the boundary line. I'm not sure if our camera can pick it up. We're just calling the action here, but Frontfelder swoops on it, and they're going to clear it from defence here. Kicks it inside for our D50. Ayres runs it out of the boundary line, and now we'll just see if they're going to do any action here. But I think that's the point, Bobby, because he's actually out of the field of play. They can't really stop it. But what it means is Corowa are playing a man down at the moment.
Exactly. He's just tucked in behind the point post down there, boys. So he's out of the play, that's for sure.
Nathan Dunstan, one out of the ruck, fed the handball back to Ayres, top of the goal square. Darcy Hope. Did he get taken without? That umpire said no. It was a good mark by Ned Pendergast, the head.
Well, he's not playing on anyone at the moment,
No, he's
either.
A spare man with Dunstan being down behind the play. Ironspawn wants to run from half back. Takes 3 bounces, kicks long down the line. It's a nice looking kick, and the destination.
Left ankle, Dunstan.
Yeah, ankle, boys.
Over the top. Morey wants to kick to centre half forward. Good looking ball, good looking kick. The mark's been taken by Parker. He kicks into the fat side. Big Leroy's the target. Williams, good contest with Ayres. Slapped forward into a bit of space. Now it's Tanner Nyholm across his body. Top of the goal square. Cushett's there. This is Judd, or Cade, I should say. Happy to take the ball towards the boundary line. And we should get a restart here. In fact, a pinball's out. Well done by Caleb Bertram. Matt Casey impacts the contest as well. Boundary throw in deep in the pocket.
Yeah, really pleased with Corowa's effort. They've had 6 inside 50s this quarter already. Just the same story for the first quarter. Is that they're just wasteful going forward. Yarrawonga 4 inside 50s for them this quarter.
Boundary throw in. Casey and Nathan Dunstan. Casey in the end got it out the back and regathered. Shot on goal. Top of the square. Williams is there. Jetta flew high. Got a fist on it. Gibbons was clever. Roved it and got bundled out over the boundary line. It'll spin in 20 metres around from the Yarrawonga goal. They still lead the same quarter time score, 19-6, and we've gone 9.5 minutes second quarter for Jaco.
I think they're calling for a stretcher here, boys.
So he might be in a bit of pain here.
He's up now.
We'll keep an eye on that one. It's at the other end of the ground, and we're inside Yarrawonga's attacking 50. We'll ball the footy up top of the goal square.
He's up walking, which is great to see.
Yeah, walked back into the field of play, but in the hands of the trainers. I think he's coming straight to the bench.
Has had an history of bad ankles. We saw they were both strapped up in the pre-game. Big blow for the Roos. Sam Dunstan down with an ankle. They get the ball up towards half forward. Good tackle by Mason Moyle. Got the ball towards Darcy Hope for the Roos. Got no one to kick the football to. Literally no one to kick the ball to in D50. Ironspawn mops up across half back. He goes out wide to Bailey Fronfelder. Another 40 winks disposal.
He's staying on.
He's staying on, is he?
Thumbs
staying
up.
on. Thumbs up. It's going to be okay. I'd hate to know what Ernie Tellerico gave him. Big Mac, maybe something a little bit funky.
Well, his wife Rosie's a very good cook. I'm not sure if Ernie had something in the back pocket. I doubt it. Harry Wheeler drives it long at the back here. At the front is Casey. He's becoming a really important part of this Yarrawonga side, Matt Casey. Screaming forward is Mitch Parker. And Casey ignores him and goes short, and he finds Nyholm. Is it Robinson? So it's Robinson. He'll shoot Will almost directly in front, 15 metres out, just slight angle. We'll get down to you after this shot on goal here, Bobby Jackson. Here we go. Robinson to kick the first goal of the second quarter, and we've been going 11 minutes. That's on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. Robinson to extend the lead to 19 points. Kicking to the town end. Tommy Forrest on the mark. Robinson comes in and he kicks the goal. So the Pigeons get the first of the second term, 4-1-25. They lead Corowa Rutherglen 1 straight 6. Quickly to you, Dan Vaccaro, then Bobby Jackson for an update.
Yeah, for sure. I was just going to touch on that. Was really deflating for Corowa. They've been really good this quarter. 6 inside 50s for them. Jed Longmire, 3 disposals already this quarter. And Neville Jetta starting to get involved with 3 disposals as well on the 40-wing stat sheet. Bobby Jackson.
Yeah, you've nailed that, Dan. They've a bit of an arm wrestle for the first 11 minutes of the quarter here, where they were in it up to their eyeballs and they just couldn't quite finish off their play like we spoke about at quarter time. They just need to finish off and reward their hard work.
What's the latest with Sam Dunstan and his ankle down there, Bob? He looks to be in the hands of the trainers.
Yeah, just getting some treatment now, boys. I'm just trying to stick your beak in there, but a little bit of magic sprays going on at the moment, so that'll fix him.
Is it the one that was previously strapped, Bob, or is it the other one?
Oh, it's heavily strapped. It's his left leg. Both ankles are strapped.
So watch this space. Dunstan out for the Roos. 25 plays 6. Yarawonga. They lead the Rutherglen Football Club. Longmire probably been the Roos' best today. Gets the football up towards half forward and will ball the footy up on the edge of the square. Hope you're enjoying the second term for JK Albury-Wodonga. The CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard, 25 plays 6. The Yarawonga Pigeons over the Roos.
Yeah, Darcy Hope gone to the gold square now. Ned Pendergast with him. Lewis Smith through traffic, handballed it nicely to Cameron Wilson. Has one bounce, run through the middle of the ground. Weighs up his options. The kick was towards Casey. Cushit chases after him. That's Cade. Casey just with that extra pace. Took a bounce, ran inside forward 50. He takes another bounce. Now weighs up his options. Goes for the boomerang and it misses. And it goes the way of Joey Hansen, who has got a mile. Heaps of room here for Hansen. Had one bounce off half back. Kicks okay too. And he finds Connor Leslie. He'll pick up 50 here. For a little bit indiscretion there from Cam Wilson. Joey Hansen comes over and gives him a rub on the forehead. And all's good right in front of the locals. Plenty of feedback provided, Gus.
Certainly. This is Connor Leslie. His numbers for 40 winks.
This will be his 7th touch.
That is the shortest 50 in the history of AFL.
30 metres, I reckon,
my Lord.
Bob.
You wouldn't want to buy real estate off him. Good kick from Leslie. Finds Judd Cushit. Too far to score. He's going to kick to a high, up and under, one-on-one with Darcy Hope. The three-man flying across the pack was Cogill. Jesse Koopman wrapped up in a Nick Wright tackle. Will ball it up inside 50, Bobby J.
Just reapplying some tape here down for Dunstan, boys, and we'll just wait and see on that. So it's just Mr. Telerenko working his magic down here, boys.
There you go, Ernie. He's in good hands. The beautiful, soft hands of Ernie Talarico.
Supple.
You wouldn't want anyone else having the hands on you, Gus, I can assure you. Well, maybe there's a few other options in the world, but...
That's weird.
I'll tell you what, just for the moment, Sam Dunstan's probably enjoying it, if that makes sense.
I think he'd rather be standing in the goal script at the moment.
Anyway.
Boundary throw in, deep into the pocket. About
straighten us up, Gus.
Yeah, I'll try my best. Mason Moyle is going to go into the ruck here. Looks like against Cogill. Got the front spot, did Cogill, onto Jansen. Top of the goal square, Darcy Hope. Got a fist, did Pendergast, and Ollie Fraunfelder.
Basil's kicked.
It looks like he's trying to tap the ball into the back of the net from the back corner at the Euros, Bobby. Bit of an interesting play there from Basil for a minor score.
Been good today, Bailey. He's 14 disposals and a goal, though, on the 40-wing stat sheet, Gus.
You don't get much for that. You got the ball again then.
15 minutes gone for NZ Albury. Only the one goal in this second term, so both sides really struggling to impact on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they're just very tenacious here, the Roos and the Pigeons. This really got to be careful, though, Gussie. This are good sides like this. They can get at you in this last 10 minutes. Be really careful. Lewis Smith took a good grab. He's a nice-looking player, this Perry Lewis Smith. Chip short, and he finds Parker Pies. Mitch. Handball back to Lewis Smith, and it's a short chipping kick to Ned Pendergast. He's going to be a big lad when he grows up, Ned Pendergast. He already commands great respect. A handball from Wheeler. Back to Pendergast. Pendergast goes wide down towards the Murray River wing. Marked by Casey. He has Damien Wilson inside. He sees Lee Williams deep. He's got rid of Ayres there momentarily. Ayres is back at him, stays with him. And does he keep it legal? No, he can't. He was held without the footy. The ball was probably going to go over the boundary line anyway, but Lee Roy Williams will have a shot. Tight angle, 20 out from goal, but...
That's forward craft, boys. He's played that beautifully. He's played young Ayres off a break there.
He's almost in the bowling green. It's very tight there. He'll go with the old boomerang, and he's put it through. Look at that. That's the Sunjane goal of the day. That is just class. He knew what he was doing. A smooth operator, Bob Jackson. And he's put it through. So Pigeons get their second for the quarter and just extend that lead out now to 24 points.
Yeah, Bob nailed it, didn't he? It was just absolute experience there by Lee Williams to draw that free kick and a great finish there from the boundary line. He hasn't seen a whole lot of it yet, Lee Williams, but that's just the fire starter. He might need Robbie now. So they're up to 7 inside 50s, Yarawonga.
He just worked young Ayres onto his back pocket to a point where he put his weight back onto him where he had to grab him.
It was fantastic. And Bailey Fraunfelder, guys, he's up to the 15 disposals and a goal this game as well. And Harry Wheeler is up to the 17 disposals.
Back in the centre, 24-point lead, I should say, to Yarawonga. Leslie overran the ball. Morton got it back to Leslie. Now they go inboard trying to find Dunstan. Well done by Kogel, who was wrapped up in a Roos tackle. And I like the look of this Ben Kogel. He's been forced out of the ruck without Lockie Howe, but now he's gone in there.
Free kick here, boys.
Not sure what for, Bob. Did you catch it?
Third man in type sort of setup.
Okay. Connor Leslie, the recipient. In the centre of the John Ford Oval. Kicks towards Cushit. Worked his way into attack. Neville Jetta overran the football. Jesse Koopman fended off a tackle. Handball to Kogel. Ball finds its way to Irons Point at centre half back for the Pigeons. They kick out wide. Got some work to do here is Nyholm. Hansen's hot on his heel. Well done, Nyholm. Well done, Hansen. Great one-on-one duel between the two players. Pernag got the ball back to the captain, Joe, and he's happy to see it across the paint for a restart. 18 minutes gone for NZ. 31 plays 7 on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. It's the Pigeons over the Roos.
Yeah, Joe Hansen, as we just saw in that contest, then he's only had the 6 disposals this game, so I want to see him get involved a little bit more off half-back, Gus.
That was a wonky old boundary throw in there.
The trees are starting to blow a bit.
The breeze has picked up. That's extraordinary. So there's koalas falling out of that tree everywhere, Gus, the momentum of that breeze. In she goes again now. Centre wing. Of course, that Kogel family, a lot of history at the Yarrawonga Footy Club. His father, Steve, played for Yarrawonga and represented the Ovens and Murray Football League. Here's a chance for Longmire. Squeezes a kick. It's just had too much pepper on it there for Sam Dunstan, who's back on the ground and limping very fiercely. Clever tap over the top. But it's going to be a free kick, I think. I think it's going to go. It's going to come back. Bobby, explain that one.
First of all, there was a bit of tunnelling on Wilson, and then as the play carried on, there's a heavy tackle on Basil. But Dunstan he's fine in a straight line, but when he had to turn, that was it created some issues for him there. So I'll just keep an eye on that, boys.
So out on the far side, Whooper Irvine. Handball's back inboard. Nice looking one to Dan Howe. He's 40 winks disposals.
Dan Howe has only had the 6 disposals now.
Ball comes out towards Holgate. It came via Wilson. That was Cam. Now it's Pendergast. He kicks to half forward. Nice looking ball to Parker. Parker to Morey. Morey inside 50 for the Pigeons. Casey and Williams. And Casey.
Good grab.
He takes a good strong grab. Fake for the handball. But as all good key forwards do, they fake the handball and go back and kick it themselves.
They're going to give it. And just the issue they got there at the moment with Sam Dunstan injured and can't run, Ned Pendergast worked it out. He got involved twice there in the lead up to that goal, running from fullback.
Snap across the body from Big Case through the big sticks. So Matt Casey, he gets his second on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. And the Yarrawonga Pigeons 6 will cross boundary side to Bobby Jackson for Elite Building and Construction. What's happening at ground level?
Yeah, Kyrie Morey, a perfect entry into the forward 50 where Williams and Casey could have raffled that ball there, boys. And they're just starting to get a little bit of ascendancy towards the back end of this quarter. The breeze is starting to pick up a little bit. I feel as though it's blowing towards the river end, boys.
The big problem at the moment for Corowa is Yarrawonga, they've taken 8 marks inside their forward 50. Rutherglen have taken 1 for the game inside their forward 50, Robbie. So it's all about accuracy of the kicking. Yeah,
Jacko was talking about that earlier in the game. It's that finishing inside forward 50 weren't hitting that target. That's good evidence of it indeed. So back in the middle. And it's a chance again for Lewis Smith, who was dragged down in a tackle by Jansen, but he still gets it inside forward 50. Good grab at the front. Play on. I think that's a good call because the ball came from the fist of the defender, which might have been Joey Hansen involved there.
That breeze really starting to pick up now, Bobby. Is it a 1 or 2 goal breeze or just swirly?
It's just swirling at this moment, boys. We'll just wait for a couple of minutes to get a bit of a gauge on it, but it feels like it's probably a 1 or 2 at the moment.
I'm not sure if you've got a clue at all about that, Bobby, to be honest.
No, just made up some time there, boys.
Spinning a bit of mayo on it, that's what we like. Here's Cade Cushit. Very good work to Mac Lavis. Kicks it to centre wing. Nice little one-on-one contest. Here's Einspawn's involved. He's tackled. Ball spills down and it won't come out. It'll be a ball up, Gussie.
I'll tell you what.
Centre wing, and we have gone 21 minutes second quarter, which is for Jaco Aubrey-Wodonga.
Yeah, just quickly, I don't think our man Scott Montgomery has ever given a goal gauge on the win, so that is 1 up already.
1-0 Bob Jackson.
Stop it.
On the outer side, the Waganya side of the ground. Thank you very much, Trent. This is Wilson. Now he finds Perry Lewis Smith. I like the look of this guy.
Yeah, in good.
Pigeons colours. He kicks in 50 to the advantage of Big Leroy. He's paid the mark, and Big Lee, he will go back and have a set shot. I'm going to say 35 metres out, 45-degree angle.
What is exactly a drop punt by the hyphen, but it got to Lee Masters beautifully, boys, on the chest, and he'll have a shot into the teeth of the breeze.
Normally a very measured kick of the football is our man, Big Leroy Williams. Gives it a bit of height, but he pushes it across the face, and it's for a minor score. So we go to 6-2. 38 Yarawonga, Corowa 117. That's the C&V truck and bus scoreboard. 22 minutes gone for NZ Albury. Corowa just starting to stem the flow. Only 3 goals conceded in this second term. Big Mac, they'd love one for themselves on the eve of quarter time. Half time, I should say.
Yeah, hung him well. It took a long time in this quarter for that first goal to be scored. Now, here they come to club room side of the ground. Over the top was Darcy Hope. Cokehill was there involved, got a left foot kick. Now, Lavis off half back, drives it long. Centre wing, here's a chance for Koopman and Cushett from behind. Juddy Cushett stayed in the contest. He did well, the young fella. Made a bit of work there for Longmire. Class act by Longmire. Got it to Brady Morton. They need composure here. Sam Dunson's a chance. Fist by Pendergast. Chance here. Ball wouldn't quite sit there for...
Jason Marks.
Jason Marks trying to spit out his name as Cam Wilson runs it from half back. Now they're out. Trouble here, Gus.
They certainly do. They put all their numbers into attack here, the Roos. Now they've got to chase back. Robinson over the top. Here's Gibbons. Good pressure came from Neville Jetta. And Mac Lavis to provide a bit of a support will slate the ball across the boundary line for a boundary throw in.
Jess Koopman's just come off holding a shoulder, boys, too, so I'll just keep an eye on that. He's just in that last contest just in front of us. He's grasping a shoulder.
Boundary throw in. Fell the way of Holgate. Jansen. Back to Jordan Ayres across half back. Little chip kick inboard. Longmire's got some work to do. Logan Morey read it better than the two. Bit of a breakdown in communication. Morey, 75 from home. Kicks to the fat side, inside 50. Ayres and Williams. Williams! How'd he mark that? It hit him on the back and it bounced back into his lap. Mawson's concrete mark of the day. When you're on, Big Leroy.
I'd like to say forward craft, but that's probably forward something else starting with A.
Yeah, right out of the backside, I think, Bob.
Wow. You never said sit up like that.
Oh, never at all. Certainly not when you're fielding in the slips. Here's Leroy for his second shot in under a minute. 45-degree angle, 30 metres out. He doesn't miss 2 in a row very often, Big Lee. Straight over the goal umpire's hat. Leroy's got his second. And the Pigeons, they've got their 7th C&V truck and bus scoreboard.
You know what? Look, Yarawonga are definitely dominating the contest now because they're able to finish. But the contest is a lot closer than what the scoreboard suggests in terms of the inside 50s. Corowa being fantastic. They've had 10 inside 50s to Yarawonga's 11. The only thing letting it down, and we keep harping on about it, I know Bob's touched on it as well, their entries inside 50, their final hurdle is just really letting them down at the moment, Gus. They've only taken 1 mark inside 50 for the whole game. So they need to clean up their forward polish a little bit. But apart from that, they've been really competitive in the contest, Bob.
Bobby, you just spoke to Jess
Yeah,
Koopman?
just walked past. Pretty dejected, Jess. He's heading towards the change rooms now, so with a trainer in tow, so I dare say we're getting some treatment. He's holding that right shoulder by the looks of it. Doesn't look real good, boys.
Yeah, righto.
Very bittersweet in his return game, Big Mac. As the siren sounds for half-time here at the John Ford. Oh, very short quarters, Robbie.
That one, 25, yeah.
25-minute up.
Smack bang on. So
Yarawonga 7-2-44, the Roos 1-1-7 on the C&V truck and bus scoreboard. Plenty more to come on the other side of the break, including the half-time show, thanks to Maccas. You with Bobby Jackson, Dan Vaccaro, Rod McKinlay and myself, Gus McLeod. This is O&M Live, where you won't miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community. .0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Welcome back to the John Ford Oval. Half-time in the Rumble on the River. We want to thanks to Maccas. The scoreboard reads Yarrawonga 7-2-44, the Roos 1-1-7. Goal kickers for the Roos, just a single to Christian Mason Moyle, whilst for Yarrawonga, 2 to Matt Casey, 1 in the first and 1 in the second. Bailey Fronfelder and Perry Lewis-Smith with goals in the first term. And then Big Leroy, he chimed in with 2. Lee Williams alongside Will Robinson. The margin was 13 points a quarter time, but now sits at 36 points. Corowa yet to trouble the scorers in the second term. The big part of the reason behind that is Sam Dunstan going down with an ankle injury. He looks like he's heavily strapped it up, Bobby, but he looks to be struggling changing lanes inside forward 50.
Yeah, he spent a fair bit of time on the bench when he eventually got there to get it re-strapped and a bit of magic spray and then back out. And we saw in his first contest when he was coming out towards the broadcast wing here, he struggled to change direction if the ball didn't hit him on the chest for a mark. So we'll keep an eye on that. I'm sure that they can play or find a role for him if he can do some straight line running to provide a target down there. But on the flip side, we saw your mate Ned run off him a couple of times and link up going down the ground. So they might expose that. So there's a bit of toing and froing to do in the Corowa change rooms at the moment, yeah.
What's happening on the 40-wing stat sheet, Dan Vaccaro?
Yeah, well, it's not the scoreboard will tell a different story as opposed to the stat sheet. I get Gussie. The big one for me is the marks inside 50. So Rutherglen have had 19 inside 50s and they've taken 1 mark. Yarawonga have had 24 inside 50s and taken 9. So they're a lot more deadly going forward. Corowa, to put it simply, just lack a little bit of polish. They're able to be competitive, I guess, to the middle of the ground, and off half-back they seem to be organised enough, but going inside 50 they really struggle. Some of their players have been fantastic. I thought Jed Longmire's game's been really good. He's had 13 disposals, but he's been really important. He's been a beast in that contest. Joey Hansen, I really want to see the ball. I think Bob highlighted at quarter time. We need to see the ball in his hands more because he's a really good user of the footy, and he's only had the 6 touches as well. So I think that's hurting Corowa a little bit. They're not getting the footy. But
yeah,
no, I don't know.
There's a lot of changes down there. I reckon that'll be a fairly influential part of why he's not.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that he should be your link-up man coming out of half-back.
Yeah.
He should be the one that's letting the high forward go up to the contest and him sitting behind the ball. So
100%. And the other one in that, who I think as well is Neville Jetta, who's only had the 8, which is still a little bit better, but I'd like to see him get a little bit more of the ball as well. Connor Leslie, 9 disposals, and Darcy Hope's at the 8. I feel like Darcy Hope's been really good for Corowa going forward. He's been really silky smooth with his hands as well. And for Yarrawonga, Dan Howe's been really quiet. He's only had the 6 disposals, so still haven't seen the best of Dan Howe yet. Harrison Will has been fantastic. Player of the day for mine so far, 17 disposals. Gibbons has been quiet that quarter. He only had the 2 disposals. He's only had the 7 for the game. Cam Wilson, 15, has been really good. Bailey Frauenfelder, who I think has been one of the best, 16 disposals, and Damo Wilson's been quiet with just the 5 disposals. So a couple of guys still just sitting back for Yarra. I'd like to see them improve in the second half.
I like the job of Basil and also Morey coming off the half-back line.
Yep.
So a couple of left footers penetrating. Morey hit Casey there late in that quarter. You get them forward of the centre circle. They're damaging. They're real damaging. I like the way Basil's gone about it, but I agree with them. I think Harry Wheel has really stepped up.
And that's the part of Frauenfelder and Morey's game that I like, is they get the ball, they run 15, 20 metres and then kick 50. So they're 70 to 80 metre players. They're not guys that run 10 and kick 40. They're really maximising the amount of space that is on offer here at the John Ford Oval. Probably one of the biggest grounds in the competition, I'd say.
It's the longest, yeah.
It certainly is a long ground, and I think that's probably part of the game that is suiting Yarrawonga. They're a very good kicking side by foot, so when they're trying to get the ball from D50 into the midfield, they're hitting a lot of kicks. The ball's not going any higher than sort of 3 or 4 metres off the ground. They're penetrating the ball with pace and precision, cutting up the corridor.
And it's funny that we mentioned Bailey Frauenfelder. His game today is exactly what Corowa are missing, I think. Just that player to give a little bit of run and elite skill use off half-back. So I really want to see Neville Jetta and Joe Hansen get off the leash a little bit and provide some good ball movement.
There's no reason why those two guys can't play the exact same role for Corowa. So Yarra would be probably disappointed, but on the flip side, Corowa's 1% if it's a smothers, the intercepting clean ball out of a stoppage, just the little things that interrupt Yarra from getting clean ball from a stoppage and clean ball from the D50 moving forward. They're doing that very, very well. They're staying in the contest by just getting the hand in the way, getting the body in the way, spoiling. The tackling's been pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with their pressure and their 1% stuff.
Yeah, I think they've definitely got the right ingredients for a developing team, Corowa Rutherglen, for sure.
How about the duel? And give me the second quarter numbers for Michael Gibbons and Neville Jetta, because we saw them lock horns. 2 players that have done it at the AFL level. They went to each other in the second term. What were the numbers of the respective
they were both
pair?
really quiet that quarter. So Michael Gibbons only had the 2 disposals and Neville Jetta had the 3.
So you probably give the chocolates to Neville and in
one disposal, I reckon, Gussie.
But isn't it great that we're sitting here at Corowa, we're watching a game of local football, and you've got Neville Jetta playing on Michael Gibbons.
Yeah,
probably 250 games of AFL experience going head to head. That's what makes these games in our league so very special to watch, Bobby.
See, I love watching sport in general, but I love people who are really, really good at what they do, go about their business. And then when we get a day like today, when there's two blokes going hard at it that are very, very good and have got a reputation and a history that's of high quality, it's just so good to watch. They haven't done a hell of a lot on your stat sheets there, Divac, but geez, it's every time they get near the ball, you're waiting for something to happen. And the contest over in the far pocket, you boys called it really, really well. There probably could have been a couple of free kicks either way, but it's just so good to watch. And I love watching good players go about their craft, and it's been a good duel so far.
I couldn't agree more. I get an extra spring in my step, Gus, when there's a former AFL player playing on the day, and you see it so often now in O&M. You've seen it more often. It started with sort of Fev that really got it, and the amount of players that have come through that have played at the elite level is fantastic.
How many numbers for Jed Longmire? I'm really liking his game for the Roos. I think he's been a shining light, and the guy we're not taking his numbers for, but has probably been the barometer in the midfield alongside Longmire, is Brady Morton.
Really love Brady Morton. I'm 100% doing his these numbers next Corowa game we do, Gus. So I'm not listening to you or Freaky or anyone else. I'm doing these numbers. But Jed Longmire's been fantastic. So he's got 13 disposals. He had 8 that quarter. So when the going got tough a little bit there in that midfield, he's really driving them. I love the look of him. I reckon he's a great footballer.
So what I got out of that is Divac can be bought.
Yes, he can be for the right price. For the right price. Here in the
Everything for the right price.
Everything in the halftime show, thanks to Macca's. A Ray White rural netball update. Corowa continue their unbeaten winning streak. They moved to 5-0 as they defeated Yarawonga 41-33. So well done to the Roo girls in a big win there against their, I wouldn't call it crosstown rivals. What do you say? The river rivals against the Yarawonga Pigeons. But what are the coaches going to say at halftime? Stevie J, he's been aggravated, he's been vocal, he's been frustrated. Steve Owen's probably message at quarter time, Bobby, you attacked the corridor. The Roos went right away from that. So I can't imagine either coach is heading into halftime with a hell of a lot of positive messaging. I reckon they'd be fairly frustrated.
I think the high on the whiteboard will be stick to your processes and get back to our processes, and the systems that we've put in place throughout the pre-season you went away from, so there'll be a little bit of a clip first up, and then you reinforce the processes and the systems and the plans that you wanted to enforce today. And I reckon both sets of coaches would be really, really disappointed. As you said, Corowa went wide instead of through the corridor. Yarawonga would stop a starty bloody all over the shop. It was hard to work out what they were trying to do, except for probably 1 or 2 passages of play when they got the left footers in Basil and more of the ball, centre of the circle. So I think both coaches will be frustrated.
What do you reckon that is? Why do you think that Steve Allen's message at quarter time was to go through the corridor, and they did the exact opposite? Is that the inexperience of being not scared, but that probably biting off more than they can chew, and they don't want Yarrawonga to rebound so fast? Do they get a little bit scared in that sense?
I don't think scared's the right word. I think Yarrawonga played a much better brand of football in the second term.
Yeah.
It is also hard to attack the corridor when there's no one to kick to.
Correct.
Exactly. So I think that was Yarrawonga's biggest strength, is I thought their zonal and wave defensive pressure. They worked really high up the ground, and it forced
Corowa. They crowded the corridor
crowded the corridor, but it forced Corowa to kick to one-on-one contested stoppages long down the line. And when they did attack the corridor, Brady Morton and Jed Longmire and Jansen were probably those 3 players that got the ball in a bit of space. They look up, and there was 4 Yarrawonga Pigeons hot on their heels, just pouncing on them. So I think that might have been the message. Let's attack the corridor. But when they got there, they went, oh crap, this isn't probably going to work for us, Bob.
Well, one of the areas that Stevie might have addressed at quarter time is the defensive structure. Well, that tells you right there and then that they've sort of patched that up by owning the corridor again, and with no goal, with Corowa not scoring that in that quarter. I think he'd be happy with that side of their game, but I think he'd be a little bit disappointed with the way they're playing.
So it's Yarrawonga shutting up shop more so than Corowa putting their work to practice.
Around the grounds, thanks to our friends at Jayco Albury Wodonga. The Suns lead the Eagles 85-51. Early stages there into the final term. And here at the John Ford Oval in Corowa, the halftime show, thanks to Macca's, sees Yarawonga 7-2-44 to Corowa 1-1-7. Do we expect the game to open up in the second half, boys, or do we expect it to maybe close down a little bit more? We saw Yarawonga in the first half struggle to move the ball with pace and by foot, whereas in the second half it really opened up for them.
I think it'll open up. It's quite warm out there, and it's still 24 or 5 degrees out there now, so I think there'll be a bit of a fatigue set in, and casualties of the weather. We'll probably start getting a bit of pickle juice might be flowing around, boys.
Yep.
Bit of cramp. I'm getting a bit of cramp down there as well, so I'm sure the footballers are getting it as well. So I think the game will open up a little bit in this second half.
Yeah, for sure. And I think every single game we've watched this year, Yarrawonga just have that knack of that 20-minute period where they just flick a switch. They haven't done that yet this game. They're going to do it at some point. So I think third quarter's a real big one. I think they put their defensive structures to work, as we just talked about then. I reckon the next step is going to be that real attacking sort of prowess that they pride themselves on.
And who are going to play so they're going to explode? Who are the ones that we're expecting to go to the next level?
I reckon Gibbons.
I've got a Gibbons sort of feel about this, and possibly I think big Leap and Leroy down there, he might fill his bag. But I tell you who I've got a bit of an eye on. I do like the hyphen. I do like the way he goes
Lewis
about
Smith.
it. He's a good-looking rooster. He's got great set of boots, and he's I like him.
And don't worry, plenty of the females think he's a good-looking rooster on the social media accounts as well. Lots and lots of followers. Bobby Jackson likes him as well. Half-time done and dusted for Macca's. Players and umpires returning to the John Ford Oval. On the other side of the break, the third term on O&M Live, where you won't miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science. With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community. .0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton 0.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Welcome back to the John Ford Oval. Players are making their way to their respective positions. Bobby Jackson, boundary side for Elite Building Construction. Looks like Jesse Koopman has had that shoulder strapped that we spoke about in the second term.
Some heavy strapping there, boys. I'll just see where he's up to and see if he's right to come back on and play.
Looks like he's back amongst the action, though, which is a very positive sign for Jess. So if you just joined the broadcast, 44 plays 7, Yarrawonga lead the Roos on O&M Live, and here's the Big Mac for Wodonga MG.
Good on you, Gussie. Gibbons gets the first kick to start the second half. Tumbles it towards half forward. Mac Lavis shows a clean pair of heels. Got a good shepherd support there by Hansen. He got the handball back to Joey Hansen. Now back towards Lavis. Mightn't have had the footy. Play on was the call. Yarawonga come inside forward 50, but young Caleb Bertram read the ball superbly. Handballed off to Bertram, and its intercept mark's been taken by Dan Howe. It was a low chiseler, Gussie, and Howe's going to take the mark when he finally picks himself up. And he'll wheel around and kick it from 65. Lee Williams, the target. He got rid of his opponent.
Free kick.
Illegally to call. And I think the evidence is there as theirs. Holds his chops.
Well, he does, and he copped the fair whack. It's a pretty strong forearm from Big Leroy. He's normally very clever with his forward craft. We saw him win a free kick earlier today for good use of the body. Nathan Dunstan goes out wide. He finds Mac Lavis in front of the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard.
Been all right, Mac Lavis.
He's a good little player. Of course, the Lavis name synonymous with this region. Kicks up towards half-back. Got some work to do, Jesse Johnston.
Ooh.
Scott Jansen got Wheeler high. Umpire calls advantage. Fronfelder with a dribbler on the last line of defence. Ryan Ayres, I should say, takes it across the paint. He wants to play on quickly. He's got a few options, Ayres. He's going to kick in a bit of an interesting one toward Bertram. Didn't have the front spot. Well done, Nyholm. Cam Wilson got the ball back to Cogill. Now Ironspawn inside forward 50. Williams the target. Good fist from Ayres. Jetta's front and centre, so is Jordan Ayres. Now it's Jesse Johnston. Handball's back into traffic. Frontfelder from mid-air. Across the face, a goal for a minor score. Yarawonga hit the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard for the first time in the third term, albeit a minor score.
He's in the thick of everything, Bailey Frontfelder. He's up to 18 disposals. Already had 2 disposals, and we've only been playing a minute and a half, Robbie.
The only trouble with that is Basil does those freakish things, and then he looks up and sees who his coach is. That's Stevie Jones. He used to do that for fun.
He did.
Just take a bit of the wind out of your sails, wouldn't it? Pick your target, I reckon. Good grab. Holgate, strong. Kicks inside forward 50. Good work. Morton got back, got a fist. Clever work. Cam Wilson through 1, through 2. Short pass Williams. Great lead-up work by the Pigeons. Just a deft touch there by Cam Wilson. Leroy shoot from 25 out directly in front. Bobby J.
Yeah, a little bit of breeze still picking up here, boys. I think it might be 1 or 2 goal to the river end. Yeah, just another D50 exit. Joey Hansen just couldn't quite hit a target coming out. And then just the Yarra boys just nice and clean going forward.
Here's Williams. 30 out, directly in front. Kick is like an arrow, straight through the target. And the Pigeons get the first goal of the second half. The 8 goals for lead Corowa Rutherglen. 1 goal, 1. And third quarter action is for Wodonga MG. Dan, I'd say, just looking at those early stats, Pigeons have gone inside forward 50. How many times?
They've gone inside forward 54 times, Robert, in the opening 3 minutes. So they're playing with a purpose in this third quarter. And I reckon we highlighted at half time. He might just fill his bag a little bit this quarter, Lee Williams. I'm tipping him in for a few goals. So he's looking really good. And Yarrawonga look like they're about to flick that switch they do week in, week out, Gus.
45-point lead to the reigning premiers. Holgate flew high in the ruck. Coming off the square was Ayres. He was dispossessed in a tackle. Yarawonga have numbers. Dan Howe got taken high. Umpire ignored it. Scott Jansen palmed the ball back to Ayres. This is Jordan. Kicks in the Darcy Hope direction. Been struggling to just juke those ones in today is Big Darcy. He's very frustrated with himself. He's been a great leading forward coming out of the goal square. Takes the ball across the boundary line for a restart. 3.5, almost 4 minutes gone for NZ. 1 goal in the third term to the way of Lee Williams.
Cogill, good tap. Straight to Harry Wheeler. Punts it to centre wing. Fist from Forrest was good and discipline from behind. Hey, guys, I can tell you what. When I went down to pick up your catering order at half-time, Gus, the crowd is very, very healthy. It is really... last time we got a chance to look at it was probably around about 1:30, but it has really picked up.
How many you reckon, Robert?
I reckon 1,500, 1,800 at the moment.
So the kick from Morton went to centre half forward. Mason Moyle out in front. Good battle from Christian Mason Moyle. He sort of worked his way into the game. Kicked the only goal for the Roos early start. And he's providing a good lead-up target.
He had a really good first quarter, Gussie, and just didn't see enough of the play, I thought, in the second quarter.
Dunstan and Holgate. Nathan Dunstan to do battle in the ruck. He won the tap, tried to find Brady Morton. Dan Howe was excellent. Longmire dispossessed. Now Whooper Irvine onto Wheeler. Wheeler across half-back, kicks out to the broadcast side. Ironspawn's working off half-back with pace and precision. Kicks in the Williams direction. Ayres has got some work to do. This is Ryan. Bit too much pace for Leroy. Gets the ball onto Lavis. Bertram needed a clean bounce to clean bowled him. Damien Wilson got some support here from Cam. Cam Wilson, 45 from home. Wilson to the top of the goal square. just faded late. Started online, went to the left, minus score. 8-5-53 Yarawonga. Corowa 117. Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard.
Great contest there by Damien Wilson to help his brother out there. There was a 50-50 and he just wanted a little bit more there.
Bobby, it started about 20 seconds before that, didn't on centre wing. He was in shepherding and encouraging his teammate.
Watch Cushion here.
He flies high. Good shout, Gussie. He didn't quite hang on to it. Over the ball there. Getting out was Connor Leslie. And now it's going to be a whistle. Free kick's going to go the way of Yarawonga, is it?
Singled for a throw.
Okay, Dan Howe will have it. Yeah, a bit stiff there. Howe now, who's been reasonably quiet today, had some impacts. Not sure where he's going to go now. So he's going to swing around the left foot. And a deft little touch finds Cam Wilson, who's had big numbers today, I'd imagine. We'll check that shortly. Kick inside forward 50. Misses Logan Morey. Quick snap on goal. And it will be over the line for about point. 8 gold, 6.54 Yarawonga, 117 Rutherglen, 40 winks. What were those Cam Wilson stats?
Yeah, he's up to 19 disposals on the 40 wing stat sheet. And Dan Howe has quite first half, so only 6 disposals, but he's touched the ball 3 times this quarter, so starting to get a bit busy.
Hansen from fullback for the Roos, the captain. He'll play on and kick Club Room's side. Nathan Dunson and Tom Forrest the target. Casey got the front spot in that contest, has read it nicely. Waits for an option to present. He wants to find Big Leroy inside forward 50. Kicks to a contest. Read it beautifully, but just didn't quite have the fingertips to get there. Now he snaps and crumbs his own ball. Umpire says it's a goal. Through the big sticks, Lee Williams has kicked his 4th and the 2nd goal of the 3rd term. On the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard, the Roos, they now trail by 52 points. Yarawonga lead.
A little bit more of a direct entry into forward 50 there, boys. A lot of talk for them to change lanes and go lateral, but Big Matty Casey decided to hit the top of the square, be predictable, and Big Leroy did the rest.
Yeah, and why would you not with Big Leroy coming out of your square as well? So he just looks like he's ready to explode now. He's kicked the 2 goals this quarter. 7 inside 50s for Yarawonga Pigeons. So they're putting Corowa to work. Dan Howe starting to get busy, 3 disposals. Cam Wilson, who we mentioned as well, he's had the 4 disposals this quarter already, 19 for the game. And Bailey Fraunfelder had his hands on the footy earlier as well.
Shout out to Geese, the beekeeper, who's doing it on his own today. Bit of spraying to be done. Noel Bucky, the truckies, tied one on last night and hasn't surfaced. There you go.
What was that?
That's a B. That is Trent at his best. Lovely work. Ball buffeting around in the middle of the ground. Joey Hansen stayed over it and shoveled out nicely there by Connor Leslie. The kick's been turned over again. Perry Lewis-Smith chips it to half forward. How about that for a kick? His field kicking has been exquisite today.
Good player.
Damien Wilson has it. That's not bad either. Lee Williams will line up for goal number 5 unless he finds a better option. He's 45 out directly in front.
There's that switch you were talking about at half-time, Dan. I think they've just flicked it, and the ball movement's a lot more crisper, a lot more organised behind the ball, a lot more organised going into forward 50, and that was silver service on a platter.
That's what it was, and it's a silver service type operator with the ball in the hand. He'll kick it from 45. He's got the distance. He's got the accuracy. That's just beautiful football. Lee Williams has a point. Well, there you go. I thought the goal umpire would give me the all clear. Gussie would give me the all clear, and it just buffered away there to the end.
Nah, he's lost the plot, that goal.
There you go.
That went straight through the middle.
All right.
Don't worry.
We all thought it did up here.
I marked down a goal.
Yes.
I was 3/4 the way through marking it.
Well, there you go. He's missed to the left-hand side.
Well, this means you've got to kick another one now. Just some of me notes stack up. Forrest in the back pocket. Played at the Rovers last year and a Murray Bushranger. Umpire calls him to play on. He kicks long down the line, Longmire. And at the back, Tom Young. Bit opportunistic, but
Young
he fell
Tom.
into his lack. Yes, young Tom, Robert.
2 names.
Short kick, horrible kick, turned over, marked by Cogill. Inboard goes Perry Lewis-Smith. He has the Sharon in hand, kicks to the advantage of Williams.
Oh.
One-handed, brought it to ground level. Hansen got some work to do, tied up in the pocket, buys himself a bit of time. Keeps the ball in the field of play. No one to kick to for Joe, so he kicks long. And to a contest, Nick Wright and Bailey Fraunfelder. Really good mark from Basil.
Great grab.
He's going to dart the eyes inboard. Nice looking kick. Play on's the call from the umpire. Perry Lewis-Smith for his 2nd. He's got it. They've uncovered an absolute gem in Perry Lewis-Smith.
Yep.
One of the recruits that flew under the radar. He's kicked his 2nd. and he looks to add a lot of class to this Yarrawonga on-ball brigade.
Yeah, he's been exquisite today, Perry Lewis-Smith, and that's a great finish there. And that man, Bailey Fraunfelder, he's had the 19 disposals this game from mine. He's been Yarrawonga's best, 19 disposals and a goal, and he just looks damaging by foot as well. So Yarrawonga, that switch is well and truly flicked. 1 inside 50 for Corowa, 10 inside 50s for Yarrawonga, and 3 marks as well. So super efficient on the 40-wink stat sheet.
That was a good-looking kick by a good-looking man, the hyphen.
Yeah, and Bobby...
Starting to get really worried about Bob's comment about
he
his
likes
looks.
him. He's his new favourite.
I like the way he took it on. He gave that in. As soon as he marked, he thought, no, I've got this occasion covered. And look at that to tackle.
That's a good-looking tackle.
Run-down tackle was fantastic from Bobby's man, Lewis Smith. So that's a good tackle too by Harry Wheeler. And that's a good rob by Brady Morton. Inside one. Go, young Tommy. Shot on goal. Oh, Tom Young has just missed to the right-hand side. Minor score.
There's a bit of a fracas on behind here. Play here, boys. I'm not sure what...
Right. There's a
goal umpire's about 40 metres out of his goal square.
Well, there's one of the umpires... We'll follow that one, Gus.
Well, I'll try to. I reckon it might be Damien Wilson and Judd Cushett. Oh, sorry, Cade Cushett, gents, just to keep tabs on that one there. We'll wait and see what plays out. No card as of yet, but the boundary or is it the field umpire? He's got the book out.
He's a field umpire.
He's got the book out, so we'll wait and watch with intrigue. Inside 50 goes Joe Hansen, the captain. Inside towards Hope. Made a really good contest, brought it to ground level. Tom Young's dispossessed. They kick out wide now. Ball's in the hands of Forge for Yarrawonga. Out on the river side of the ground, the Wagania side. The ball sits nicely for Basil. Fronfelder kicks in towards space. This is Yarrawonga at their scintillating best. Gibbons inboard to Wilson. Got the mark. Damien Wilson, 25 metres out, well held from Ryan Ayres to not allow the extra handball over the top. But that's coast-to-coast footy in Yarrawonga at their best.
That was scintillating, Bobby J. That just went from one end to the other. And, hey, it all started with a young man called Jess Koopman.
Yeah, I saw that in the back pocket there. He's still carrying that shoulder, but he put his footy now to the fore and just let his football do the talking.
So Damien Wilson against his former club, 35 metres out, slide angle. He has missed.
And aren't they giving it to him behind the goals?
And the Bronx cheers of the Corowa thirds ring loud across the John Ford Oval.
Oh, I love country footy.
60-point lead to the Pigeons, Paulie's Corner Cafe.
Gotta love it, eh? Now, Neville Jetta has the footy in hand, and he goes wide, and he finds Mac Lavis. He's been really good today for the Roos, off half-back. They look splendid in the Indigenous jumper they are showcasing today. Whooper Irvine missed one. Here's young Tom. Got it. On here to Longmire. Longmire pumps it long. Over the head of Nathan Dunstan. Here's a chance here for Montgomery. He's a lot quicker than our man Scott, and he did well, Jeff. A nice little handball out to Pendergast. Pendergast has a low chiseling kick. Finds Whooper Irvine at half-back in front of a very vocal home crowd here. And the kick goes back to Pendergast, who's got a fair bit of freedom down there at the moment. Longmire tracks him. Can't get him, and Pendergast kicks beautifully down the line. He finds Holgate.
Holgate, Chisler to Jesse Koopman. How good is it to have this guy back playing footy? He stepped off his mark there, but the umpire said no. He got there in time, Longmire. Let the game play on. Kick.
Clever.
Hugs the boundary line, finds Robinson. True centre wing broadcast side. 13, almost 14 gone for NZ Albury. Wheeler, Harry, another 40 winks disposal. Goes out laterally. Waganya side wing to Ironspawn. Now Perry Lewis-Smith in the flashy kick wheels holding the ball. Mawson's concrete play of the day. Well done to Jordan Ayres with a great rundown tackle on Perry Lewis-Smith.
Yeah, it was brilliant, wasn't it? I reckon he's been almost Rutherglen's best today. What about you, Bobby? I've been super impressed with him.
Very good.
This young fella's a goer too. Nick Wright, boy from Colcan. He's at centre wing, gaining some great experience. Kicks down the line. That's what happens. You give him a rap, and he kicked it out of bounds on the full.
That is the commentator's curse.
Look at that,
It's just a Robbie McKinlay curse, I think.
He always look after it. We're told Whooper Irvine is going to be the beneficiary. This ball should end up with Jess Koopman, I reckon. He's wide. Empty head Pendergast is going to spot him up here. And I'll come in board.
Robbie, you've got to stop predicting things.
Lewis Smith got it. Inside to Harry Wheeler. Outside back to Parker. Now it goes to Ironspawn. Now it ends up with Jess Koopman. See, I was way ahead of the game there, Gus. And he chips it now to Holgate. Don't you laugh, Bobby J. Sometimes you can get out of it. Take it
Kick
away,
down
Gus.
the line,
Whoa.
Robinson. He got a bit of a
Chopper.
a forearm across the chops. Umpire let it go because he marked the ball. Great vision of Wheeler. Wheeler from 45, top of the goal square. Won't have the accuracy. Cushit on the last line of defence. Now Ayres. Now Cushit. Casey got some work to do. Well done, Cade. Cushit, the veteran. Got the ball to Bertram. He's gone here. Holding the ball. Great defence, or attacking pressure, I should say, from the Yarawonga Pigeons.
Was it Robinson?
I reckon the ball's actually, or the play on kick, and it goes towards Bailey Frontfeld. Umpire said play on. Forge was a bit stiff. Flying high was Wilson, unrealistic. And that's a free kick. It's going to go the way of the Roos.
Joey Hansen there, just give Damo a little bit of a rally up.
Bit of a welcome back to Corowa, I'd say. Ball comes out wide now. Forrest has it across half back for Corowa.
And he chips it okay. Good mark, Darcy Hope. If he can find a way of getting the ball in this man's hand more, because he's a good operator. He's held the play on now. Irvine put him under pressure. That's a good kick under pressure. Nice and high. Morton got interfered with. Yes. That's why I was a fair umpire in my day, Gus. Just quietly. Morton drives it long down the line. Here's a chance for Sam Dunstan. Couldn't quite get hold of it. Pendergast and crew have done well. Einstein finishes up with it. Urquhart has it at centre wing. And if you just joined us at 68-8, Yarrawonga lead. And we've gone 16 minutes in the third quarter for Albury-Wodonga MG.
Hope you're enjoying today's coverage.
I am, Gus. I'm having a ball, mate.
Nye home. Switches the ball. Pendergast inboard. Another 40 winks disposal coming up for Harry Wheeler. How many, Dan Vaccaro?
23 disposals.
Kicks out wide. Nice looking kick there. 75. A kick and a half from home. Forge lowers the eyes. Williams got there.
There is a heat going on down here, boys.
Is there?
To and fro. It's like the Wimbledon final. I'm just trying to watch where the ball's going.
Kick from Williams across the face. Out of bounds on the full, I reckon, Bobby. The umpire's signalling.
Yes, mate. I'm busy watching.
There's a fair bit of lip service from
interaction going on down here.
and Cam Wilson.
I've just taken my eye off the footy for a little bit and just enjoyed myself down here watching the.
You watched the biff on, Bob?
The to and froing. Snout is Edney's right in the middle of it.
A few former Roos now with Yarawonga. I think that's where the feedback's coming from. If you're unfamiliar with the territory here in the O&M.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's country footy at its best, and that's a good kick. Morton will mark it at true centre half back. Good inside handball straight away. Got it on to Jason Marks. Runs through the centre of the ground. The kick's a bit of a wobbler. Bounce will be critical. Might set it right for Longmire. He did well. Hope was good. Handball in Hope. That's where it ends up with Mason Moyle. Goes back at it. Handball. Oh, he did well through traffic. Back to Hope. Hope with a handball now to Marks. Marks had to kick in a hurry. Judd Cushit. Now he's a thumping kick, this lad. He's not without a chance, Gus. I was watching him in the warm-up, and he gives it a fair old thump. Here he goes. Cushit lines up. Journey, not a problem. He's nearly put it over the back fence, but he's missed it to the left-hand side. What were you looking at there, Dan?
He's got an absolute leg on him, old Judd Cushit.
Mason Moyle was good in that passage you played.
He was.
He's been good in flashes today.
Don't know how he was going to go with being called old Judd Cushit, considering he's 16.
Didn't I call him young?
No, he just called him old Judd Cushit.
Old mate.
His
old mate, yeah.
His dad's old. His dad's
thanks,
41.
Bob. I was trying to get to old mate, but
Well, Kylie King's still reeling from you calling her old, Gus.
Oh, that's come back. Matt Casey.
Couldn't believe that.
Marks from fullback. He kicks inboard. Dangerous looking kick. Cam Wilson got a fingertip to it. Off the back of the pack. Well done, Jason Marks. Got it to Longmire. Has to absorb some pressure. Did well to get the handball out towards right. Nathan Dunstan, the big ruckman with a raking ball towards Brady Morton. Torpedo punt. They got no one to kick to. Well done, Mason Moyle. Jesse Johnston, hands and knees, slides in, tries to get a kick away, dispossessed with a football, back towards Johnson via Mason Moyle. Now it's Ayres, Jordan, tied up on the boundary, great pressure from Wilson. They kick inside, forward 50 to Dunstan, went through the mitts. Darcy Hope sells a bit of candy, trying to find a teammate in right. Yarawonga are defending in numbers. The man in sunglasses, Jesse Goodman, sells some more candy. Comes out to the broadcast side wing, but it's intercepted by Marks.
Yeah, great bit of evasive work there from J.C. Koopman. Good kick by Marks. He's come into the game here in this third quarter.
Robbie. He's been real good.
Finds Longmire, and he goes long at the goal square. Good grab. Darcy Hope has taken a really good one-handed duker, and he'll shoot from goal 20 metres out directly in front.
He's shown signs, this guy, of actually starting to grab a few, and hopefully in this last quarter and a bit he'll start sticking a few, because he's definitely a live wire, and he can give these guys a target inside for 50.
He's got a long run up here for goal, Bobby. If he was a fast bowler, you'd think, what's this bloke got?
He's pushing off the sight screen.
Isn't he?
I actually think it's quite clever forward craft because I reckon if he went for a shorter run-up, his angle would have been a lot tighter, Robbie. I think what he's done is he's gone a long way back and opened it up.
Geometry.
Rat cunning. In he comes now. Use your full distance, Darcy. He does, and he's got it. Roos get their second. A good reward for a very good grab. It was a Mawson's Concrete mark or play of the day. Call it whatever you like. Now, as we'll just check that scoreboard when the commercials finish there. While they do that, Dan, you give me some 40-wing stats, particularly the inside 50s, and I want you to give the listeners a score, please.
Yeah, the inside 50 count was 13 in favour of Yarawonga, but Corowa have had a really good 5 to 10 minute period here, and they're up to 9 inside 50s. They've taken 2 marks inside 50, which is a big difference, and the score reads Rutherglen 2-3-15, Yarawonga 10-8-68. But Rutherglen at the moment just stemming Yarawonga's sort of jump on them here in the third quarter. They're doing a really good job. And the score, I'll just go over it then. So 2-3-15 to Yarawonga 10-8-68.
I wasn't listening to you, mate.
Leslie, he won the clearance. He kicked a half forward. Tommy young Tommy, got manhandled by Jesse Koopman. Umpire should pay advantage. He does, and he brings it back.
That was a good free kick to give away there, boys.
Yep.
Smart free kick. Gives the quick hands to Leslie. Leslie kicks inside forward 50. Mason Moyle flew across the pack to ground level. Bit of work to do. Johnson got one high. Johnson got a high free kick for the Roos. Not quite sure who it's against. There's a few Pigeons down there, but Jesse Johnson with a free kick for 2 in a row for the Rutherglen Footy Club.
So footy record goes out the window. I think it's Craig Edney, one of the boys thrown down to their son down there from the Yarrawonga lads.
Johnston kicks on goal. He's missed to the right. Minus score. Corowa 2-4-16. Yarawonga 10-8-68. Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard. Jed Longmire in the hands of the trainers here too, gents. Just keep an eye on that one. Maybe a little bit of blood.
Yeah. Lever poisoning could be the other option there too. Here's another bloke with that category. Basil Fronfelder kicks it beautifully to Harry Wheeler, who misses one overhead, but regathered, unloaded the handball to Lewis Smith. Lewis Smith, clever with the ball. They have Williams, strong jukes. They're running everywhere. Lewis Smith is one of them. Had a bounce, kicks, open goal square, ball dribbling, and it's going to go out of bounds as the umpire who completely hoodwinked me earlier in the quarter signals throw it in, young boundary.
I think the hyphen was moving way too fast for the kick he wanted to do. There, boys, and overshot the mark a little bit.
Bob's man, the hyphen.
Sam Dunstan's on the bench too, Bobby. We'll keep an eye on that one. Of course, had an ankle in the early stages of this game. Got some work to do here as Girl snap across the body from Nyholm. Bronx cheers from the Roos third suggest it wasn't the best kick.
Well, they had a win today, the Roos third, so they just got a little bit of chesters out a bit today.
I think so. And a few of the boys that are over age might be enjoying themselves with a few refreshments.
All right.
Forrest kicks to a 2-on-1 right to sort of palmed it back inboard. Neville Jetta shimmied and shaped. Great tackle there on the Roos. Well done, Joe Hansen. Got the ball back to Leslie. Nathan Dunstan sells a bit of candy, the big fella. Kicks inboard, trying to find Mason Moyle. Back of the pack is Big Holgate. Now he kicks inside forward 50, trying to find Williams. Brought it front and centre towards Howe. Run down tackle from Leslie. Appeals for holding the ball. Back to the top of the goal square. Williams in a 1-2. Spills out towards the back of the pack. And Judd Cushett mops up. Kicks out wide and Geordie S has got some space.
Well, he gets it. I'm not sure who he's going to kick it to, Gus. This is the issue. He might as well take him on, but Logan Moore is quick. He got him around initially, ran his full measure. Handball it back to Jesse Johnson, and he'll have to handball it back to Ayres because there's no one to kick it to. They've got absolutely no one. They'll have to go short. Kick's going to be good. It is.
Sam Dunson just coming back on, boys. He just came off a rotation.
Morton goes wide, and Mason Moyle takes a diving slips type catch on the far wing. And he thought about floating a handball up over the top, but he might have to come inboard laterally to Jansen here. He won't, Gus. He'll go short again.
Jordan Ayres, been Corowa's best for mine. Marks on the outer side wing. Sort of playing as a half-back wing player today for the Roos. They're trying to maintain possession here. They're going to switch the ball. They go back towards full-back. Brady Morton. This kick's the important one. Inboard towards Cushett. It's a good-looking one. This is Cade. Goes by hand to son Judd. Judd's got a kick. High up and under towards 40 metres from goal. Jetta. He flew high. So did cousin Jeff Montgomery. Brought it to ground level. Now Whooper Irvine in the long sleeves and the hoops. Bounces while standing still. kicks inboard. Yarrawonga have numbers coming through the corner. Jetta, great rundown tackle from Neville Jetta. He got Dan Howe. Seems to be the only ones he's dumping. Oh, it's a dump free kick.
He's paid it.
No, he's reversed it, boys. He's reversed it.
He's reversed. I was going to say, Neville Jetta.
Welcome to the bush, Nev. Anyway.
Okay, take it away, Robbie.
I think I better cut.
I am bemused.
Howe chipped it short, the whooper. Howe couldn't believe his luck. Whooper kicks it long. Einspurn has got it. 60 out from goal. He has Williams offering a lead. He's got Robinson. Right on the 50. Right on the paint. Short lead from the Wilson boys. A longer one over the back. Good grab. Beautiful grab. Cogill. And he's taken a mark. 20 metres out. Tight angle. Right near the electronic scoreboard. I reckon this will be the last kick of the quarter, lads.
He's been a great find, Cogill.
He's bobbed up nicely.
He plays a unique role, but he's a big frame that can also play a little bit smaller. Full forward, centre-half forward, key pillar in defence. He can also pinch hit in the ruck. These guys are really rare and hard to find.
Yeah, his old man played at Yarra. He's an Ovens and Murray rep. And he comes in. There's the siren. Kick on the way, and he likes it. So they get one late, the Pigeons. 11-8-74. They lead Rutherglen 2-4-16. That was the third quarter. Done and dusted for Albury-Wodonga MG. And that was on the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard. So entertaining game of footy. The Roos, they were tenacious again, but as we said, Gussie, that final kick inside forward 50 at times, just letting them down.
They've showed some great signs, the Roos, but so have the counterparts. The Yarawonga Pigeons, the reigning premiers, they lead by 58 points at the final break. You're with O&M Live, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community. .0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton 0.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Welcome back to the Rumble on the River, the Roos and the Pigeons. It is a 58-point lead to Yarawonga at three-quarter time. The final term's coming up for Cavalier Homes. And speaking of Cavalier Homes, Dan Vaccaro's got the Cavaliers Homes quarter's best.
Yeah, thanks, Gussie. It's Bobby's man for mine. It's Perry Lewis-Smith. He was fantastic that quarter. He would have had about 7 or 8 disposals, and he kicked a beautiful goal as well. And also Harry Wheel is just running the show for their midfield at the moment. 8 disposals, 25 for the game. He's dominating. Over to Corowa, I thought Darcy Hope was fantastic. He had 6 disposals that quarter, but he was fantastic, and his marking up forward was really, really good as well. So that's the Cavalier Homes quarter's best, Gus.
Goals in the third term, 2 to Big Leroy, Perry Lewis-Smith, and Cogill for Yarawonga. Darcy Hope kicked a really important goal and probably some reward for his effort. He's been providing a really big vocal point all day, but the key forwards on both sides, I think, have been what's made and break this game today. Leroy, he's kicked 4 goals.
Looked good.
And looked really, really good, whilst the Roos, Sam Dunson, went down with an ankle injury early in the first term and hasn't been able to get himself into the contest. So we speak about marks inside 50. Yarawonga are getting the ball to guys like Casey and Williams, and that's where the Roos are breaking it down. Let's find out what was said by the coaches at the huddles at three-quarter time. For Elite Building and Construction, it's Bobby Jackson.
Yeah, Steve Owen just reiterated, stick to the processes that we addressed at the start of the day. High effort, high energy. If you're buggered, high rotation. So I expect it to be pretty busy down here because he just wants them to run the game out nice and hard and get off if you're buggered, and then we'll get you straight back on straight away. So I expect the Corowa boys to run the game out, whereas Stevie J just, I think he just wants to get the day over, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yep, I had that thought run through my head when I ran into him pre-game, to be honest.
Good to see the chairman, David Sinclair, here this afternoon.
Yeah. Former broad commentator in the Golden Valley League.
Was he?
Oh, yeah, did some very nice work behind the mic.
We should get him on.
D Sinks.
Celebrity commentator.
Celebrity caller.
Yep.
Press red for David.
I like it.
Final term in the Rumble on the River about to kick off.
Rex Gray for the Telangan League, press red, and Barry Malone for the Hume.
I'll tell you what, wouldn't that
That'd be a circus, wouldn't it?
So we're just waiting for the spectators. They take their good old-fashioned time here to get off the ground, do the punters at Corowa.
Where's old mate that took a year? Is he still there? No, it's just the kids.
Now, Gus, I was telling you there we had a bit of a delayed start to getting here today because Bobby J was going on a run and a bit late, but he couldn't even take the batteries out of the mic there at the break.
Oh, we'll address that later on. Here's the final term for Cavalier.
He didn't like that, Bob.
More medal, less running, Bobby J. Here we go, start Logan Morey, clever kick inside forward 50, picked up on the run by Holgate, straight to Williams. That was brilliant. That was a Mawson's concrete play of the day. From the moment it was kicked off the ground in very clever fashion by Logan Morey. And it just, things rolled along nicely from there.
Yeah,
Leroy's got 4.
Fantastic, and they've taken 18 marks inside forward 50 this game, Yarra.
I'll be very wary of calling. Last time I thought I'd called his 5th goal, it was called a point.
Well, I've already marked him down for 5, so better kick it.
Here he goes, Leroy. Well, Gussie, you better scratch that out because he's missed to the right-hand side. That was a dead replica of the young Josh Murphy shot on goal after the siren on Anzac Day. Minor score, 11-9-75, 2-4-16, Yarrawonga lead. And here is Angus McLeod, fresh from watching Essendon have a draw on Anzac Day.
Thanks, Robert. Good mark, Darcy Hope from the kick in at fullback. Joe Hansen was the kicker.
They've thrown him on the ball here, Darcy.
He worked his way up the ground pretty nicely. Mason Moyle overran the football. Taking in a tackle was Jesse Johnson. He absorbed pressure well there, and the pressure came from Forge and Ryan Ironspawn. Probably one of the most underrated players in the O&M is Ryan Ironspawn on the outside wing. He's just a gut runner, and he does a heap of work. Jeddah won the clearance from the tap at Dunstan, and Darcy Hope opts to take that one across the paint for
Stevie
a restart.
Stevie J's coaching from the bench this quarter, boys. He's decided to get a bit more close to the action.
Might be entertaining.
That'll be great for our special effects, Mike.
Away from the mic, Stevie.
Boundary throw-in, back into play. Jeddah palmed it backwards to Ayres. Wrapped up by Lewis Smith. Did he get one high?
No.
Said no, it was fair. Perry Lewis Smith, a big contender for the Anytime Fitness Player of the Day.
Gorgeous tackle.
Gorgeous tackle.
He's man.
I was going to call it a vigorous tackle. A gorgeous tackle. And they've been involved again there. I'll tell you one thing about Yarrawonga today. Their tackling and pressure has been unbelievable. And that's why they're the premiers at the moment. They win a lot of games because of this. Now I've got a whistle. Free kick's going to go the way of Jansen.
Been solid today.
Yeah, he's a try. He tries. I like Scotty Jansen. He's a good kick too. What can he pick one out here? He's on centre wing and he'll drive it inside forward 50. Darcy Hope's there. He got one hand on it. Second one, couldn't get the third. Dan Howe was pickpocketed at the end. Mason Moore was there. Oh, that might be a high one. It is. No, he had the whistle to the mouth, and the man in the green hat said, "Give it here, boys. I'll ball it up." And it was young. It was Jesse Johnson.
Jesse Johnson. He doesn't move his hands all that well, this umpire. He just a bit confusing with some of the signals. Big tackle applied there on Longmire. He's been incorrect disposal.
He's stiff there.
He is very minimal on the hand signals, I must say, Gus. I've been thinking the real game. I'm glad you said
He's a great officiator, but just the hand signals need a bit of work.
Gus, and his whistle definition's fine.
It is. It's a very good tone that comes out of the whistle. Ayres, he sits under this one. Well done, Brian Ayres. Good
grab.
Strong mark.
Good grab.
Lee Williams not interested in that one, probably because he can't have a shot from 140 out. Ryan Ayres, little chiseler, finds its way to Jeddah. That went all of 6 metres.
He's been good, hasn't he, Neville Jeddah today?
He's been gallant and brave, and he looks like he's played on Michael Gibbons and really nullified his impact. What's Gibbo had?
Gibbo's only had 10 disposals, and Neville Jeddah's had 14.
High up and under, top of the goal square. Look for Dunstan and Hope. Big contest forms. Yarrawonga have numbers with Perry Lewis Smith, who was front and centre. Kick towards Damo. Wilson ended up going towards Cam. Now Gibbons marks true centre wing with no
Look at Basil.
kick to.
Look at Basil.
Well, Basil's there, Robbie, and you spotted that from a mile away. He marks, and Basil wants to play on. Running towards the goal. Dribbler needs a bounce. Got a bad one. Needed an off break. Got a leg break across the face for a minor score. Boundary side for Elite Building Construction, Bobby Jackson. What did you make of that from Basil?
There's a bit of cramp starting to set in with a few of the boys here. Just that full length of the field. There's a few blokes behind the play starting to grab at hammies and calves, and we might see a bit of attrition happening here, boys.
Yep. Nath Dunstan has it. Chip short. Halfback, Joey Hansen. He goes short to Jesse Johnson, who's got into the game, I thought, in the second half, which is good. It's a good step up and learning curve for him. That's Tommy Forrest out there on the far side with the blonde locks. He's got the sun in his eyes. He's going to give up a bit of ground. He goes back to Caleb Bertram, the boy from Chiltern. And
Two-time premiership player, Rob.
Two-time premiership player. And here's Mac Lavis. He marks at half-back. Gus, and he inserts an inside handball.
To Leslie. Got to find Jeddah. Got there. Logan Morey was hot on his heels. Plays on Neville. Underground ball towards Longmire. Wasn't the best. Got the handball back to Jeddah. Kick was smothered off the boot. At centre half forward. Nick Wright for the Roos. Handball's Latchley, but Gibbons maybe called for it. Pretended to be a Roo. Kick out towards the broadcast side. Lewis Smith and Lavis. Lavis, now Lewis Smith. Gathered possession, gained 15 metres by foot, kicked inside 50, Bertram and Fraunfelder. Fraunfelder got the better of the body contest. Now on the left foot, he dribbles. Bailey. You're getting a bit hungry here, Basil. And he's gone for 2 worm burners on the ground. And speaking of Mac Lavis, we pumped him up. It looks like he's coming with cramps as well, Bobby.
Yeah, she's starting to be a bit of war of attrition down here, lads. They're dropping like flies.
All right, well, Basil, he's keen to crack one of those dribble kicks, isn't he?
That's 4 for the day.
4 for the day. Oh, there's a kick. It's okay. It goes to JJ. That's Jesse Johnson. Cool name, isn't it, Bob?
Yeah, that's right, Robbie. It's a fucking beauty. Yeah, no worries.
Not as cool as Perry Lewis.
Connor Leslie has it.
I'm really
You
starting
really
to get
do the
worried.
same voice for everyone, don't you, Robert?
Oh, well, no one knows what his other voice. Cade Cushett, good grab.
Still got it. Big
Still
peg.
got it, mate. Amazing. Gus, you can't underestimate what we're seeing out here today. You got a father playing with his son. Best country footy in Australia.
Oh, the delivery from Dad could have been better to Judd there. He put him under the pressure. Here's Longmire. Gains 15 metres. Kicks towards Mason Moyle. Too much over the top. Hope's running hard to try and put some pressure on Ironspawn. Now Mason Moyle applies the
Excellent.
pressure. Yarrawonga's back 50 defence is executing this with poise and elegance as they run the ball out of defensive 50. Ironspawn just kicked the ball into Judd Cushett's back. There's no way to sugarcoat that, and I've commentated, cursed them. Cushett, torpedo punt, don't tell me. It's across the face.
Ooh.
It was a kick with a hidden hope, and it's a minor score. 2-5-17 Corowa. Yarra 11-11-77.
How's this, boys? I retired 16 years ago, and I played against Cade Cushett.
Yep. Wow.
Yeah, great servant of Connor Rutherglen.
Does it say something about you, Bob?
Not good enough, yes.
Retiring
You went too early, mate.
I went too late.
Very
Yeah.
similar haircuts on the two as well.
Whooper Irvine marked at halfback, and he chipped it over to Benny Cogill. And he's going to just thump it down the line. Here's our man Cushett again over the back. Gibbons in front. Gibbo's going to claim it.
No.
You've robbed that, Gibbo. You've absolutely robbed it. Nice little chipper there. Basil's looking for a bit more action. He's on the outside there hanging around. He's like a fox around a chicken coop. Good turnover. Jeddah. Johnson. Inside ball from Johnson to Nick Wright. He turned it over. Nice work there. By following up again, it was Jesse Johnson. He got the handball from Jason Marks, and now that's kick again to Mason Moore. Was a bit of a shocker. Gibbons marked and dished it off to Howe.
Howe goes to Wheeler. How many for Harry on the 40-wing stat sheet?
26.
And make it 27 as he kicks inboard, lowers the eyes. Cam Wilson.
Ooh.
He got a bit of late feedback there from Joe Hansen. It wasn't dirty, it was just late.
Was that their mates? And said, cop that.
Well, I think they were at Joe's Bucks party a few weeks ago and might have been a different sort of a cuddle at that event as opposed to the one Joey just gave him there. Now Dan Howe sells a bit of candy, evades one, evades two, left foot, top of the goal square, Cushett. You'd expect better from an AFL player in Dan Howe. He sold the candy, he just didn't quite pull the trigger at the right moment. Cushett comes out wide to young Tom.
Young Tom's got it, or Tom Young. You call him whatever you like. Oh, young Tom, hasn't been a feature of your game today, Tommy. Lacing out your teammates. Whooper Irvine intercepted it. Williams regathered. He might have a snap from here, Leroy. He's hooked it to the near side, minor score. I've got Leroy for 4 goals, 3 today, Gus.
I stopped taking the behinds. But
Righto. We'll go at 4 goals, 3. Yarrawonga 11-12-78. Rutherglen 2-5-17. It's the Rumble on the River. And this is the next voice you'll hear is Angus McLeod.
thanks, Big Mac. Thanks to McRae Motors. Great to have your company on O&M Live.
That's where we met the boys today at McRae Motors.
There you go. Driving the McRae Motors bus down the highway. Good mark. Judd Cushett out in front of Ironspawn. So Cushett, not with many options to present.
Full of juice too, Gus, if you want to take it anywhere during the week.
Beautiful. Over the top to Longmire. Ben Corowa's best 3 players today, but his handball missed the target. Boundary throw in.
I reckon that Sam Dunstan's done for the day, boys. I think he's just cutting off some tape and getting the ice pack ready for that ankle, by the looks of it.
Obviously the bye next week for both of these sides.
Yeah. Good timing, I reckon.
I reckon for both of them. Take it away, Big Mac.
Righto, Gussie.
Good boundary throw in.
And a very nice tap by Nathan Dunstan to Jed Longmire on to Brady Morton, who's been good. And a clever handball. Inside one was good to Connor Leslie. Got himself in a bit of trouble. Cam Wilson, clever tap out the back to Jesse Koopman. Oh, Coops is in trouble here. And they've got him. They've wrapped him up. And Cam Wilson looks a little bit sore here, boys. I reckon he's going to come off the ground. Keep an eye on this one, please, Bobby. Morton plays on. Kicks it inside forward 50. They got the numbers. Here's Mason Moyle. Gathered. He got a boot on at the end. Another excellent tackle from a Yarawonga defender, Ben Cogill. I reckon that's one thing that Stevie J and the crew, when they analyse and review this game, Bobby, they'll be very happy with the tackling.
Cam Wilson's copped one in the buttocks.
The buttocks?
Okay. Yep. I think that might have been from the Joe Hansen. Maybe a bit of friendly fire from the two mates. Now Jansen has the chance to feed it back to Jordan Ayres. Going to kick from a standing start to a 4-on-1. Mason Moyle's done well to bring it to the front of the contest.
Free kick
holding the ball. Darcy Hope
Advantage, boys.
He hasn't
Oh,
made advantage.
no.
Bobby J, talk us through it for elite building instruction.
The young fella, young Tom, or Tom Young, just a little bit over exuberant there and took advantage and had a snap that went across the face of goal where he probably should have just pressed the pause button and rewarded the big fella after a good effort.
Yeah, Das Hope was a bit disappointed with that outcome. As Ryan Ironspawn kicks it to centre wing. Hansen, Joey, leap, body and paint. Or actually, a Mawson's concrete mark of the day, contender too, Gus.
Superb mark from
Wasn't
Joe.
it? The spring-heeled Jack, wasn't he? Terrific. Now he pumps it inside forward 50. Mason Moyles got his hands on it. Couldn't drag it in. Ironspawn was clever at the base of the pack. Got over to Dan Howe. Quick little handball there to Parker. Back to Howe. And a chipping kick. Ooh, he come in late. It's okay. Nothing in it. No drama at all. Cogill does take the mark.
I really like this Ben Cogill. He's an absolute star in the making. One of the more versatile players in the Yarrawonga lineup.
Rennie boy, I think, too.
I think so, mate.
Yeah.
Lewis Smith, we taking his numbers?
We're not.
Okay,
What?
great.
Why not?
Because he's had too much of it. He kicks long down the line, and Michael Gibbons, well met by...
I'm keeping him, 48.
Yep. I had him for 47, so we're close, Bob.
No surprises there.
Dan, why wouldn't you be taking his stats?
I ran through who I was doing. You were all happy before the game.
No,
So
I was not. You know that.
You asked me to put down Damo, and I did.
23 minutes.
He's been quiet, by the way.
12 minutes 23 gone.
7 disposals.
NZ Albury time clock.
I'm still looking for it at the sports ground.
Yarawonga, handball over the top. They've got the ball on the half-forward flank. Wagania's side of the ground. Logan Morey bustles his way through. Longmire got pushed off the contest. Umpire whistle in mouth will blow for a ball up. Cavalier Holmes fourth quarter action sees Yarawonga 78-18 over the Roos thanks to Wodonga Border Carpets.
Wagania's side of the ground, I reckon Finley's closer than that.
Wagania is literally over that bridge.
Struth.
Oh, I don't know, Gus.
Here we go. Mason Moyle, he's clever. Just dish it out the back. Young fella, he did. Lavis kicks it forward. Who's there? Jeff Montgomery. Montman was there. Oh, that's high. That is high. A free kick will go the way of Connor Leslie. It was a little bit crude in the end. It was cousin Jeff got him, was it?
Not the cars.
Monty? Cousin Jeff Montgomery. Handball dish off. Jason Marks is a beautiful kick normally. And he says, yes, I am. Nails it for a Sunjan goal of the day contender. 3 goals, 6. The Roos. And they just won't give it up. They keep chipping away here. And it's been good stuff. They're going right to the end.
I reckon they're outworking them here, boys. The last little 3 or 4 minutes here, they've just got back up on their toes a little bit, and they're just starting to get a bit more of the footy, and they show a lot more urgency around the ball. So I think the Yarra boys might have clocked off if they're not.
They are 9 inside 50s this quarter, Corowa on the 40-wing stat sheet to Yarrawonga's 4. So they're really controlling the last quarter, which Steve Owen will be really pleased about as well. 54-point lead on the Border Carpets scoreboard goes the way of the Yarawonga Pigeons. 11-12-78
Thanks,
to 3-6-24. No worries, Kimmy. Up in the ruck goes Nathan Dunstan. Falls the way now of Jetta. Got Lewis Smith high. Umpire ignored it. Connor Leslie fed it back towards Morton, who has to kick off a standing start. Cushit got some work to do, but Irvine read it the best of the lot. Really finding his feet in this competition as a prolific half-back is Irvine. Bit of a push off the ball.
Yeah,
Umpire ignored it.
All it was, Gus.
Bit of blocking. Nyholm. Kick short. Perry Lewis Smith, stat number 49, if you ask Bob Jackson.
Wouldn't be far off it.
Kicks out wide.
I can't believe Vax hasn't done his stats.
Robinson.
Crikey.
Standing starting board to Nyholm, working really hard. Cushit, this is Judd Mans the mark. Nyholm wants to attack corridor. Mason Moyle, not strong enough for Logan Morey, who kicks inside 50. Gibbons.
Gibbo. Distance could test Michael here.
I hope he drills this. No, he kicks it out into the pocket. Lee Williams the target. Lee Williams the big, strong Jukes.
We need this one, boys.
Brings it in. Well, I've got him marked down for 5 and he's only kicked 4. You'll back him in from here 30 metres out directly in front.
He is going along beautifully. Now, you and Panda for about the last month have had this bloke written off with injury. I'll tell you what, I'm glad he's not a racehorse because he wouldn't be galloping at Flemington again.
No.
Well, you blokes have sort of
maybe he's
straight to the glue factory, Robert.
Oh.
I'm not sending Leroy to the glue factory. He's my favourite. Straight over the goal umpire's hat. 5 for Leroy, 12 for the Pigeons. He's probably a contender for best on ground as well, big Leroy. He has been everywhere.
Yeah, he's been good, Leroy, and that's just the the one they needed, Yarra. They have had a quiet last quarter here, but 5 inside 50s and a good mark there. But look, you're talking about the biggest where they've lost the game, Corowa. It's the marks inside 50. 3 marks inside 50 for Corowa, and you've got 21 marks inside 50 for Yarawonga. So that's been the difference today.
Bobby, quickly for you, mate, down there, boundary side for Elite Building and Construction. Just saw Jordan Ayres coming off. Is that cramp? What is it?
Yes, mate. Just getting a quick magic potion.
Well, why don't you go and ask him, mate? You're getting closer.
From your mate. No, he's just getting a couple of calf muscles there.
Oh, yeah?
A couple of calves just done, mate.
Nice definition of the calves there too, Bobby.
Bigger than mine.
Jetta, you've been good, hasn't he, Gussie?
He's been excellent.
He got to Nathan Dunstan. They did reverse roles there. Here's Jetta again, following up his good work. Bit stiff maybe not to get one there. Brady Morton was good. The marks onto Jetta. Come on, Nev. Come on, Nev. Just a little chipper. Look at this. Leave it, he says. And he almost took him into the middle of next week. Darcy Hope just cleared the path there for Mason Moyle.
At the last second.
That was nearly ugly, Bobby. That was nearly Gillespie and Wall, wasn't it?
I'm not sure that worked out the way that Darcy wanted it to. I think he wanted the mark there, but the right result in the end, boys. This young fella deserved the mark.
Lucky cousin Jeff didn't give him a nudge. It would have been good night, Brisbane. Mason Moyle, he's a good operator, this dude, and his kick is a beauty. Look, he's just missed it to the near side. Much to the displeasure of the Corowa thirds, who are parked on a couple of utes out the back there and just given plenty of advice during the afternoon, which has been fantastic. Corowa 3-7-25, trail Yarawonga 12-12-84, and Bucky the Truckie's awake, boys. Happy days.
Tell you what, guys, Neville Jetta's had a great last quarter, 8 disposals and 20 for the game, so he's been a real shining light for Corowa.
Logan Morey, he flew high, but he got a falcon. Ball goes back to Nathan Dunstan over the top to Scott Jansen. 1-2 play. Hansen got the ball now towards Jetta. Jetta, 35 metres out, kicks behind. He struck it nice, he did Neville Jetta. I think he's been thrown into the midfield, Bobby Jackson, for Elite Building Instruction.
Yeah, he's provided a little bit of drive. The Corowa boys are finishing nice and strong here.
Danny, you taking his stats?
I am, mate. 21 disposals if you were listening before.
Thanks to 40
minutes. Can you believe that he didn't take Lewis Smith's stats, Gus?
Well, Bob did. That's why he did.
Yeah, that's why we did. And I can't count above 40.
Yeah, right. Yep.
Fair enough. I knew he was going to get 50.
84-26, thanks to Wodonga Border Carpets. And for the team at McRae Motors, Robbie McKinlay, bring it home.
Yeah, the next 10 minutes, you get stuffed. I'll give you another minute, 30 or 40 seconds here, Gus, and my finest if I can. Now, Longmire, I think, was working there. Here is a go for Jesse Johnson. Nick Wright, clever kick. Brady Morton has a shot. No, he's going to chip it out the front of here. Darcy Hope on the lead. Takes it. God wouldn't sit for him on the third. Here's Montgomery, was fantastic. Off the back, first time we've said that on an O&M live call. On to Fronfelder. Here's Forge. Needs it to sit. Had the sun in his eyes. Didn't worry him. Gibbo's had a lot of room. Been chased by Judd Cushion. Got knocked ass overhead as he kicked it. Vantage rule might be played here. Robinson has it. He goes inboard. He's got one of the Wilsons there. It's Damien. Damien decides to go long. Here's Leroy. Leroy can't mark it. Good work from behind by Ayres. Williams over the footy. Ayres, fantastic work there by Ryan Ayres. He just shepherds it out over the boundary line. It'll be thrown in, Gus. 19 minutes gone for Cavalier Holmes on the final quarter, and Yarrawonga lead 84-26.
How have you seen that battle today between Ryan Ayres and Lee Williams, Bobby?
I reckon it's been great. There's been a good learning curve for the young fella. Like Lee Williams, he's an outstanding footballer, and he can only but learn from that.
Inside forward 50, snap from Wilson. This is Cam. Did it have the legs? Goal umpire reckons it has.
Yeah.
Here comes the two. No, it's marked inside the field of play.
Extraordinary.
I thought it went across the goal line there. I think
call, Guzzles.
Corowa boys were trying to say it did as well.
You might need to go to Specsavers, Gus.
No, my binoculars probably aren't doing the best work.
You got them around the wrong way.
That's why. Joe Hansen finds Longmire.
He had him around the wrong way.
No, he didn't.
Longmire at centre half back. 20 minutes gone for NZ Albury. They switched the ball out wide. Mason Moyle. Good contest. Well done, Forrest. Now the Yarawonga Pigeons have numbers, one of whom is Basil. Interesting side of the boot, toe poke in towards space. Coming through was Bertram. Handball back towards Longmire, got the hands up and evaded some pressure. Mac Lavis from half-back, kicks to Mason Moyle. Out the backs, Cushit and Tom Young. They could have raffled it. Judd Cushit kicks inside 50. Darcy Hope got a wrestle. Out the back of the pack, got Urquhart to work to do. Urquhart and Hope. Hope and Urquhart keeping his feet was Hope. Young's got the ball back to Judd Cushett. Evades one,
Oh,
evades two. Judd Cushett, top of the goal square, had a give, didn't use it. Dad was unimpressed, was Dad.
He just needed
He'll
a
get
little
a
bit
talking
shorter,
to when
wouldn't
he
it?
gets
Yeah.
home, Judd
Yep.
Cushett. You've got to look after Dad with better delivery.
Harry Wheeler marks it through centre half back. Goes long. Here's a chance. Nyholm out there. Got a favourable bounce. Eventually collected it. Dished it on to Damien Wilson. Got put down after he kicked it by Joey Hansen. And marking it there is superbly is Ryan Ayres, who's just gets better and better every outing. He goes short. He finds Nathan Dunstan. Gee, they've been impressive this last quarter of the Roos. Bobby?
They have, mate. Joey Hansen has got Wilson boys in his sights. He's run down both of them, giving them both a bit of a rough up. So he's got a bit of creep out there, Joey. So he's just looking for the siren, I think.
Jordan Ayres, inside handball is okay. Onto Jesse Johnson. Kicks it long down line. Darcy Hope will mark. And I hope he goes back and kicks a goal here. Pardon the pun.
He won't be kicking it at Tom Young, that's for sure.
Young Tommy, I'll just clear the decks, mate. Just make sure you're there to give him a pat on the back if he kicks it. Maybe his first great Northern into his hand after the game, Gus.
Might have something harder than that, I reckon, Das.
Really? He looks like
so.
he's a
whiskey drinker.
No, I reckon.
Operator?
I think he might have a fair bit of whiskey from Dean Druce and the crew at Corowa and Co. Distillery. Been really good today, Darcy. I thought
he's
he
been
presented
good.
well all day.
Good operator, mate. He looks good.
Needs a reward for his effort now.
Joey Hansen coming off too. He's absolutely stuffed. He's done a lot of work today. So Darcy Hope to get the Roos fourth. Comes in from 48 metres. It's high, it's long, and it's gone to the right-hand side. So they've missed a few opportunities this quarter. 4 goals, 9-27. Trail Yarrawonga 12-12-84. 22 and a half minutes gone, Gus. That's on the Wodonga border carpet scoreboard on the NZ time clock.
In ball, intercepted by Jetta. Neville Jetta intercepts 40 metres out, 45 metres out. Appears, Bronx cheers.
Nev's trying to milk a 50.
Well, it should have been, I think, Bob.
No.
Okay.
Nah.
One thing we've learnt with Bob Jackson for Elite Building and Construction, calls a spade. Does Neville have the legs from here, Bobby J?
Yes.
There you go.
How many numbers for him on the 40-wing stat sheet?
22, Neville Jetta. He's been good.
I think he's been
10
really
this quarter,
serviceable.
Gus.
A little bit of a tail breeze here. Might just get him over the line, boys.
So for Corowa's fourth, Neville Jetta. A proud Indigenous man, proudly wearing Corowa's new Indigenous jersey, which I might add looks fantastic today.
Yeah, it does. Looks red hot, doesn't
He's
it?
burnt 4 leads, Neville, so no doubt he's going to have a shot at the big stick. So the
Very
Murray
should.
River end, 45 metres out, Neville Jetta. Class riser to the top. Beautiful kick of the Sharon from Neville. And the Roos boys, despite the big margin on the scoreboard, celebrate with Neville, and they'll get around him and thank him for his appearance today in Roos colours. Sunjan goal today to Neville.
Yeah, really good finish there by Neville, and we mentioned it before. He's been fantastic today, 22 disposals, and Corowa have been fantastic in this last quarter. They've had 15 inside 50s to Yarawonga Pigeons 7, so they are really finishing the game off hot. Steve Owen will be absolutely wrapped with their efforts in this last quarter.
Yeah, the effort's it's a valuable commodity, and they brought in spades today. They're fantastic. They are fantastic.
They've probably nearly won the quarter, have they?
They would have, I reckon.
Yes.
I reckon they would have. Gussie,
2 goals to 1.
2 goals to 1. Gee. Nath Dunstan, nice little tap. Oh, Jetta, got it. Again, handball, dish, over there, top, and now it's back to Ayres. Jordan, he's caught. He got rid of it. It was illegal in the end. It was a good run-down tackle by Damien Wilson. And Wilson will get the mark right in the centre of the ground. Dying minutes of this rumble on the river. Logan Morey marks between half forward and centre wing. Has Lee Williams got one more in him? Logan Morey goes long. The kick was towards Williams. Williams can't quite gather. Now he does a little shuffle out the back. Good work, Mac Lavis. Hurry kick in defence. Young Tommy's there. Falls the way of Ayres again. Back to Jansen. Jansen sweeps the handball to Jetta.
Jetta, true centre wing broadcast side. Well weighted kick to Young Tom. But Young Tom said, you have a crack at that Brady Morton, who is working in overdrive and the legs are starting to cramp up. Dan Howe just watched everyone run past him as he stood still, and he went by foot to Basil. Fraunfelder switches out wide for Yarawonga. Wheeler, this is Harry, another 40 wings disposal. How many for the game?
29.
Big contender for the player of the day. Inside 50, not the best kick. Whooper Irvine's drifted forward. Jason Marks been good today as he kicks out wide, trying to find Johnson. Up in a foot race, he's working hard against Cogill. Johnson did well, went to ground, regathered his footwork. Handball went back towards Nick Wright, inboard. Pernag tapped it down to his own advantage. The kick had a bit too much on it. And Whooper Irvine wrapped him up in a big tackle. 25 minutes gone, and the siren sounds here at the Rumble on the River. Yarrawonga too strong, 12-12-84 to Corowa, 4-9-33.
Yeah, good day. Look, they got what they needed. The Pigeons, a few out with some injury concerns. They win it by just over 50 points, but yeah, and Rutherglen, they got plenty out of this one too. They got a heap out of it, particularly that second half. And the last quarter where they're actually able to outscore Yarawonga. So the trick for them will be after the bye. I'm not sure who they've got next up and after the bye, Gussie. I'll get you to just confirm that shortly.
Corowa have got Myrtleford.
Myrtleford, okay. They can take that last quarter performance and momentum into the game. They're going to give themselves a chance of getting close to the Saints.
And Yarra have the Raiders as well. So both teams will look to bounce back after the Rumble on the River. They'll have a 13-day break. Bob Jackson is making his way out into the middle with Dan Vaccaro to find out anytime fitness player of the day. A few contenders today. Back. I think he's going to go to Perry.
He's got
I
Perry.
think Perry Lewis-Smith is going to be the man he's going to go towards, but I thought he played a brilliant game of football. I thought Harry Wheeler was outstanding in the midfield today. And a game that I really liked of probably a bit of a lesser-like play, but I think he's going to become a really important stay. He missed a game of footy a couple of weeks, so that's our man, Slim Shady Morey. Logan Morey and Ryan Ironspawn, both the wingers for Yarrawonga, were simply brilliant today. Yarrawonga, full-time score here at the John Ford Oval, 12-12-84. The Roos 4-9-33.
And Lee Williams, I thought his game today was just so solid, and just those umpires leaving the game now, so I thought they were really good today. Gussie did a great job. The boys did a really good job there.
Officiated the game beautifully.
Lee Williams, 5 goals, 3 today. Just really good contribution. It was a very consistent game on it. He presented throughout the whole game.
And I thought the game from Ryan Ayres on him.
Yeah, he was good.
He'll right, boys.
Yep, here we go.
Oh, here we go. Boundary side with our anytime fitness player of the day. Looks like he's got Harry Wheeler.
I've got Harry Wheeler with me, boys. Stepped in as captain today, mate, and the brother was away. It was not a bad little result for you.
It was a good result. We knew they were going to come out pretty hard. We had a couple out, so it was good to see some of the young blokes step up. It was just a good team performance today. So.
How good was it to see Jess Koopman back in the mix?
Yeah, really good. A lot of people probably didn't think he was going to play this year, so it's good to see him out here and running around. So everyone's just thrilled to see him playing.
Defending premiers, 5 weeks in, 5 and zip. You happy for the bye to be coming along?
I think a lot of the boys are pretty happy that the bye's coming along, get a rest in. But yeah, we'll just reset and go again for the next block. So,
what will you do next week, mate? Bit of fishing?
Yeah, maybe. Not too sure yet. Just we'll see how we go. Bit of golf, maybe a bit of fishing.
Well done, mate. Enjoy the win. Well done, mate. Back to you, boys.
Well done, Bobby Jackson, in and amongst the action there with Harry Wheeler, our anytime fitness player of the day. And Stevie, I reckon Stevie J will be pretty happy to see the back end of that one there.
Yeah.
I think it probably wasn't the best day of the office for the Pigeons, but they came here to do what they needed to do, and that was to get a win. And they'll sing the song loud and proud.
I reckon Perry Lewis-Smith must have rejected Bobby J, because there's no way Bobby J wasn't going to anyone but Lewis-Smith, but I'm just not sure what happened there. We'll have to confirm that one. But yeah, the Pigeons walking off the ground now, and they got for. I don't think any real injury concerns to come out of that game today. Gussie, looking at that one. Maybe Jess Koopman had a bit of a stinger on the shoulder. Matt Casey got a bit of a stinger earlier too. I don't think he played too much in that second half either. So just a couple to follow up there. But they've got the bye. And they would be hoping to maybe get a few troops back for the next outing, which is against Wodonga Raiders. So
you'd imagine they get Willie Wheeler back, who's at a wedding. Of course,
Tyson.
Kyle Tyson was a late out today. A few other players. Lee Masters played round one but hasn't been cited since. There's a few other players that they'll certainly get back in and around the mix. Ryan Bruce out today as well. But there's a couple of guys in that bottom six that I thought were really good today for Yarrawonga that might mount their case. What we'll do, Bobby, the Yarrawonga boys are sticking around on the ground, so we might take this opportunity to take a break and get one. And on the other side of the break, we might do our post-game interviews, catch up with the two Steves, Stevie J and Steve Owen, the respective coaches on O&M Live. You're with O&M Live on 2AY and 3&E. Full-time score, Yarrawonga 12-12-84. Corowa 4-9-33. The Rumble on the River heading back to Yarrawonga on O&M Live, where you won't miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community. .0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton 0.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.